Yo, what's the deal, people? Anybody, nobody's there? I had you guys waiting for a little bit. My bad. So I'm waiting for anybody to join. I'm gonna post the link in the comments. I got a brother that was on the other day. He's coming. He should be here any second. So before he gets here, what I was thinking about is if people, it's obviously gonna be hard for them, but I try to help to make it easier for anybody that's going through it in any type of way, shape, or form, because it's a lot to carry. So, um, let me see one sec. If anybody's watching right now, it doesn't show any viewers, so I'm still waiting for another brother to join. Anyways, I'll just talk for now. What I was thinking was like, okay, if this program, how we get targeted auditory with auditory sounds and stuff like that, like say this program was released to everyone, what's the deal?
What's the deal, bro? Were you talking to me or somebody else?
No, I'm just nobody's in the chat yet. No, there was a couple people here,
Oh,
but they took off.
they'll be back.
Yeah, they'll be back. Uh, I was just thinking earlier.
Uh
I
huh.
was thinking, well, just right now, I was thinking about something.
Okay.
I was thinking if this program like were to be like everyone against everyone, like say everybody was getting targeted, so like people would modify their cars purposely to fuck with other people, and it would just be like whoever gets bothered by it becomes a target, right? And so I was thinking like, oh, is that the new one?
That's the new one right there. You
Oh,
see,
cool.
it's a used base, but it's new to me.
Hell
There's
yeah.
that's the old one right there. Okay. So
Is the new one that you got, is it a better model, or is it pretty much the same, or
well, the new one's made in Mexico. The one I have is American made, both by the same manufacturer called Fender. And
oh, okay.
there's nothing wrong with a Mexican made Fender bass.
Right.
They sound great. Uh, but the reason I bought, I'll just say very briefly, the reason I bought this, and I will show this to you here if I can, is it has two split coil pickups. Now, if you look, that's extremely rare. Typically, the Fender Precision bass has only one. Now, the American Precision 2 is what this is called, has one single coil and one split coil pickup, and it's really close to the bridge, kind of like that one. So that's why I bought it. That's the reason I bought it.
All right.
It's a unique pickup configuration.
Yep.
Okay, so back to your subject.
All right. So I was thinking like if everybody were against everybody, I mean obviously it would be like chaos. There'd be the murder rate would go up, but if they really wanted to, they can probably implement that easily. You know what I mean? If they wanted to choose sides or just probably segregate certain people that they didn't want part of the system anymore, and they'd become like, more in the streets. Because imagine a whole bunch of people targeting each other, right? So I was just thinking in general that that would be a crazy something to happen. But anyways, besides that, I was thinking like as an easy option for me like being targeted, I deal with a lot of auditory, a lot of modified exhausts, a lot of cars that are being used to target me. So it's a lot of auditory sound. And I'm like, I have constant cars like passing on this street here.
Yeah, I believe that.
I mean, like back to back, just, you know, it's because they don't they don't have a life, so the only thing you can do is, well, you combat it with kind of like the same thing. So if if you wanted to, you can get a surround sound system in your car and do the same shit that they do. Get a modified exhaust. I mean, if you wanted to do this isn't something that you have to do. But if you get an exhaust, I mean, you can just pretty much like fight them back with the same thing. Because if you turn on your engine, you have your exhaust. You know what I mean, making sound. It negates their sound out. If you turn on the stereo and you put it to a high volume, you pretty much block everything out and you can play whatever you want. So in my opinion, I would I would install like your own stereo system if you don't trust others, to install it, which I probably would rather install it myself. And just try to use whatever techniques that you can to like block these fucking bastards out, because if they know you have a vulnerability, they're gonna come. If they know that something bothers you, they're gonna keep picking at it. It's like an open wound kind of. And even if you remain humble, you trust in the most high, you're calm, you try to like, ignore it, turn the other cheek, whatever the case, you can put on some worship music. You can put on, you know, anything that is positive that you want to listen to, or if you like different types of music, it doesn't matter. God knows your heart, so, don't, judge yourself so much. We're not perfect, but, little things that you think that you need work on, that probably not that big of a deal. Not everybody's being targeted, so they're not going through the same things as us. They're not being tested. They're not being refined as us. So, they're not going through what we go through. So I think we should be able to have a little bit of elbow room to make a couple mistakes, or to be able to use certain tactics to deal with this crap. So, yeah, so don't judge yourself so harshly. Just try to make the best choices that you can.
Oh, you're speaking in general? Yeah,
Yeah, in general. Yeah.
okay, yeah. I don't judge myself at all. That judge,
Yeah, for
that
everybody, for everyone.
right. Uh,
Yeah.
I would like to get, we got off the beaten path last night, and I hope the subject was remote neural monitoring, and we didn't talk much about that at all.
Right. I
And so
just
I would,
watched a video today from Lookout for Charlie, and the stuff that they're spraying, the stuff that Julian Assange was gonna talk about. Uh, he was talking about this dust. It was some type of dust that they're spraying in the skies, and what it has to do with is it's like a fungi. So it's a fungus. So everyone that is being infected, I think a big part of it is not only the nano, but there's a fungus that helps to for them to fucking track people with. I forgot what he named it, but yeah, it's interesting to me because I know that for some reason when my targeting, like I use certain things, and like when you detox or you eat certain ways, and like they have to keep spraying me and like scanning me and shit like that. Like if they had everything in control, like why do they have to continue to keep on, you know what I mean, like trying to get close to me? Because like there's some days where like literally the targeting doesn't work, and they have to literally come out of their comfort zone to get close enough to me to be able to gather some type of information. So if their system, like if their system worked, they wouldn't need to even have to fake the funk, because it's not me running around like scared. I just avoid them. It's simple to avoid them. I make a left instead of a right. It's not really that big of a deal. You know what I mean? Like, but they're literally on my ass. So it's not just to like it's psychological. It's they're really need to get close to me in order to get some type of information, and then they're locked onto me for the day. Once I go to sleep, as soon as I wake up, they're on it, because when your brain sleeps, your body starts to readjust to the frequencies and everything that's around you. When you're sleeping, your brain is at a different state, and they focus energy on you when you're sleeping. So if you were to get away and go up to like some mountains and sleep by a river that has natural sound, honestly, that frequency of that sound, not even being in a house or nothing like that, just that sound, it'll block whatever bullshit that they're trying to aim at you. That's acoustic. They could probably still aim like EMFs and stuff like that, but it does block a lot of the stuff, a spectrum of it, a big spectrum of it. So I've learned that they can they can tap into headphones because there's magnets in the headphones. So they can try to intercept the sound somehow. They focus energy and try to intercept the sound or focus energy on the headphones. They've done this to me. So if it's natural sound, what are they gonna do? They can't stop it because it's a river or waterfall that's hitting, and it's just it's natural.
Well, I remember. I do want to speak about with neural monitoring, as I believe it's the crux of our problem. Okay, and I don't mean shielding. I mean the removal of the nanotech to identify the nanotech and its removal from the body. Now, as they're continuing to poison us, that the detoxing process likely will have to be continuous as a perpetually poison the air, the water, etc. I see that as the only real solution, and anything else is pissing in the wind. Does that make sense?
I hear you.
Okay, so 90% of their logistics has got to do with being able to access your thoughts and access. Yeah, I mean, even the optic nerve is relaying thoughts. It's relaying an image back to the brain in the form of a message. Right, so they need to be that needs to be cut back up. We have to pull that back again. And those that are able to do that, man, oh, I bet they would send out the wolves to try to figure out who's responsible. If you could get a neuroscientist that would talk, which isn't likely, probably be their death sentence. You know what I'm saying? This is it that they rely on. Look, they're not spraying, millions of tons, metric tons of this garbage in the air for nothing.
Yo, what it do, G Rock?
Huh?
No, it's a brother, another fellow Ti on the stream here.
Oh yeah, G Rock. Yeah, I'm glad to have you here. We were just talking.
You could join up if you want, brother. And anytime, you're welcome for discussion. It's just an open discussion, whatever. You know, we're talking about what RNM.
Yeah, remote neural monitoring and nanotechnology. And I don't claim expertise. If you know something I don't, I'd like to hear it. Whatever you know about the subject, I've got open ears. Uh, it's my understanding that again the same time exit entry, the logistics and all that. Without the RNM data, they're dead in the water, right? There's a reason the Most High didn't create us with the ability to have this hive mind to mind or mind to computer connection. It's totally satanic, evil to the flipping core. So, we could use the help of neuroscience and anybody else involved in all of that kind of thing. It has a background in it.
This is where I'm at right now on the street, parked um,
Looks like
right
an
next to the
overpass in
school.
LA somewhere.
All right, for sure. We got G Rock joining the stream. What it do, brother?
Hey, what's going on, man?
You squared up for the night?
Yeah, I'm sitting down for a minute.
Cool, man. I hope you're doing all right out there, bro.
Yeah, hold on. Let me check something real quick, man.
Cool, nah, do your thing, man.
Turn off the YouTube.
Oh, it's a double voice or what?
Yeah,
Ah, man.
All right, I'm good. I'm on now.
Fuck, man. All right, cool, cool.
Yeah, man, that remote neural monitoring is serious, man. People think it ain't real, man. They, you get your scoffers come on your channel. Oh, it's just spiritual, everything's spiritual. Man, these people are mad scientists, you know, and
Yeah,
been studying this for a long time, since I
yeah.
believe really start the 70s.
I think this is old. Well, I think it's gotten a little bit more technical, but they've been doing this since the 50s actually. Um the R&M, I don't know how they perfected it, like, but they've been trying, they've been trying to learn about it since the 50s. They probably perfected it by the 70s or something like that. But a lot of the stuff like the 5G, I forget the name what it's called. It's some dude told me because he knows about it, and he said that the 5G towers were called something in a certain a name. They had a name for it, and there were towers too. So I don't know, like if the cell phones and stuff like that are like ancient technology that the fallen used or something like that. But um, you know,
Mm,
I seen pictures of like Russians back in like I don't know, like the 50s or even before, like the 30s, and they had cell phones in their hands. So like,
wow,
yeah, it's I don't know how old this technology is, bro, but for sure it's been perfected. That's all I know.
man, for sure, man. It's crazy, man. It's us as empowered individuals targeting individuals. I know for sure we're the guinea pigs for them to perfect it. And I believe now that we're at the stage at the end game stage. They're like, okay, well, we don't really need you guys no more. You guys know too much. So I'm trying to figure out what's the next level, what's next with this whole thing. I'm trying to tap in on some knowledge real quick on that because
Well, I mean, I think we know as much as you do until like somebody else that, you know, is in that type of field or they've learned or studied something. Because I've seen some pretty, intelligent people out there speaking on some of this stuff, but, I absorb a little bit of it. I don't know if you ever seen that dude Look Out for Charlie.
look out for Charlie. No, I
Yeah,
gotta check
he's
them out.
Yeah, he knows like his last video was pretty good too, but he's shadow banned too, but a lot of people have been watching his channel. He got a lot of followers. Not I mean for being a TI. I think he's targeted too, so he knows how to like decipher certain auditory like frequencies and energies and stuff like that and like extract the energy weapon from the auditory the sound of the recording,
Uh,
and then he knows how to just like he knows how to pretty much like break stuff down like to like layman's terms. But yeah, you should check him out. He's been around for a while too.
yeah, definitely, definitely, for sure, man.
I think you still got the same number, right?
Yeah,
All right, so I'll send you just so you're like a little reminder because I be forgetting this shit sometimes. Like this dude is he's worth looking up.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
What part of the country are you in, G Rock?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay, yeah. There was someone else from Missouri on last night. I forget his name.
Oh, that's what's up.
Was
Yeah,
that
maybe,
Yeah,
was that no one?
I don't remember what his name was. Maybe you do.
Was it the guy with the hat of African American dude?
Yeah, yeah, that was him.
Okay. Okay, cool. Yeah, I know his.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, it's a lot of us probably running around here, and like we none of us ever hook up. I don't understand that part about this program. So many targets out here, but nobody's like, comes together and tries to put the brains together about the situation.
Exactly. They've done a bang up job keeping us separated and in isolation and things.
Yeah.
I've been to one TI meetup group in the Bay Area here in Northern California, and mostly women, right? But we were swarmed by
You
so
know,
many perps that it was hardly enjoyable, and we didn't get a lot really accomplished, in my opinion.
Oh, they were infiltrated. They came in there.
Well, we were surrounded in a park. There were probably 13 of us, and uh, we had the undivided attention of a lot of people there, and as you can imagine, you get two TIs together, red flag. I bet all the bells and whistles start going off. But you
Oh
multiply,
man.
you add another 10 people to that, it's a whole other ball game.
Oh yeah. Yeah. They probably the handlers was just going crazy. Probably. If y'all don't get somebody over there now, hurry. Put that burger down.
Right?
yo, so I got something to say about why like TIs haven't really been coming together. Because ain't nobody really trying to step up to like be leaders. You know what I mean? Like since like I guess everybody's in fear, nobody knows who to trust and stuff like that. Like you can easily tell somebody by their work. You know what I mean? Like what their fruit that they bear, and that's
Yeah.
how I like go about things. I look for people that are like looking in the same direction as I am, and then give them the benefit of the doubt. And if through time you can see if you can trust that person. But like them, they won't even give it a shot. But like us stepping out and like putting it out there and like coming together, people are gonna be able to recognize real, real recognize real, and then they'll be able to come out their shell and be like, yo, like I think you guys are legit. Like, what's up? Let's collaborate. So like it takes the strong to lead, the others. Not saying that they're weak, but they're lost sheep like we were.
Yeah.
And they need to trust in God and trust in them and trust, their instinct, the Holy Spirit, and just try to fight back, because you can't just, when the battle comes, there's time to play the harp, and then there's time to pick up your sword and fight. You know what I mean? Like, you got to be ready, you got to be war ready to fight for whatever you believe in, you know.
Very true. Very true, brother. Very true.
So that's what I want to put an input on that, because I know a lot of people like fallen soldiers. I've heard of like TI's passing away. I heard of this one girl, she jumped off a freeway, and I forgot her name though, but like, man, I could just picture myself, in that position, and like
Right, right.
probably doing the same thing, and I probably would have went out in a violent way, but not, unless I was just like really beat down, because I've been times where I've been beat down, like where I thought like my family's involved, and like, my girls, stabbing me in the back, and like it's just all kinds of things just compiled in one, like, one sitting. And I'm just like, man, all this shit's going down, and it's like I just fucking don't really have nothing to be around for. What's the point to be around all these fake people that like keep fucking wanting to bring me through misery and shit? So, um, like, you gotta be strong, man. It doesn't take it takes the strong to freaking have to go through this shit, man. Like, this ain't no easy test, bro.
Yeah,
This is
that's very
like
true.
this like goes alongside with being a man of God,
Sure.
because it helps you to build that relationship even more, because I was hesitant
Oh,
in the
man, let me check.
past.
Somebody just walked by my tent. Let me check this shit out.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, fuck.
Where you set up at?
I'm over here about it. Let me show you the camera, man. Come on,
All
camera.
right.
Let's check it out. Hold on.
But like, there's room. Like, can people cross there, or like you're like kind of in a
Like
secluded spot?
I'm like, let me hold the camera like this. Yeah, I'm out here. Am I on camera? Oh, okay. This part's on camera. All right, so yeah, I'm like right here. I'm out here by this dude just walked by. It's another tent set up over there. I'm like over here kind of by the creek and like
Oh, for
there's like
sure.
the rich people areas up there and shit and stuff. Excuse my
All
language.
right. Yeah, it looks decent spot right there.
Yeah, but only
I
thing
wouldn't
I'm
mind. I
worried
would. I
about,
wouldn't mind pulling on my tent right there, bro.
yeah.
you
Hey,
know,
hey,
put a little
that's what
barbecue.
they want, man. They want us homeless out here, but man, you know what I'm about to start doing, man? I'm about to shoot a documentary, man. This whole experience, bro. I'm about to start shooting every day for the next 30 days. It's what I go through, and
Oh, for real? Like, you
yeah,
met
man.
somebody that wants to do the film, or what?
Nah, I'm gonna do it myself.
Oh, you're gonna do it. Okay, and then like, how you gonna like? How do you
I'm
put
just
it out
gonna.
there? Whatever.
I'm just because a lot of people donated to me, man. So I'm about to get my laptop, and then I'm just
Oh,
gonna
for
start
sure.
shooting it. Right now I'm learning how to shoot by myself, so I'm gonna have to like put my camera up, get certain B-roll shots. I'm gonna do interviews with other homeless people out here, you know what I mean, stuff like that, and just show my
That's
day-to-day
dope.
life, you know what I mean, trying to survive out here, just like kind of like I'm showing now, like in the tent, sleeping bag, you know,
Yeah, for sure,
gotta
for sure, for
survive,
sure.
man. You know, this program broke me all the way down, man. I'm out here, man, but I'm gonna survive through it, and I want to get it on. I want to document it. So
Yeah, bro. But I kind of got you off track, and I don't know. I can hear my voice in the background.
it's double. What is it?
I don't know. Do you have YouTube playing?
Shouldn't be. Oh, still don't hear mine.
I'm gonna try to restart real quick.
Okay, because I don't hear mine. Yeah, man. Yeah, definitely. I mean, I want to check out that remote neural monitoring, man. I'm gonna do some more research on that for sure. 'Cause that's kind of freaky, man. Knowing that they looking through your eyes on the computer
Good,
screen
good.
in some fusion center while you're showering, while you're, you
Right.
know, you're
Exactly.
using the restroom. I mean, you're with your intimate with your lady or something, man. That's kind of crazy, man.
It's the worst violation of privacy that you can imagine.
Sure. Let
Yo,
me make sure.
King, can you hear double voices?
Yeah, I can. Let me
Oh
I need
shit.
to back out too. Hold on. Let me see if mine's is on here.
Well, I hear several,
Let me make
and
sure mine's is taken off of here. YouTube.
there's there's an echo. I'm hearing my voice, and I'm hearing your voice twice at the same time.
I feel like I'm in space, bro.
Targeted Tony says the girl you were talking about was Crystal Carrasco.
Yo,
Some
yo,
say
yo.
she didn't jump off of
Cool.
Highway 5 north off of the Broadway overpass bridge, but was
Oh wow.
pushed off.
Yeah, I think that was her name, Crystal. Yeah, I never met her, but like my homie too, man. My homie, he when I first was going through this targeting stuff, I had a friend that I had met through my cousin. His name was Michael Michael Burnett, and damn, I can't hear my voice again.
It must be mine. I probably have to back. I want to back
Yeah,
out
let
and
me
come back
see.
on.
You could probably join back up real quick. Yo,
Well,
yo, yo, yo.
check, check. 1, 2, 1,
All
2.
right, we good.
Okay, all right.
But yeah, I'll get back to the story when old dude jumps back in right now. Oh, Sherry's research. This targeted Tony says there's a good channel called Sherry's Research, remote neural monitoring, also known as EEG, hydro
Heterodyning.
hydrodining. Yeah.
That's some
All right,
good
we'll check it
information.
out. Uh,
Yeah.
can you write that down, or should I text it to you? Let me try to.
Yeah, I'll write it down. No problem.
All
That's
right,
some great.
cool. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, if anybody else wants to join, I mean, you're welcome to join. It's an open discussion. Uh, I welcome all TIs.
Yeah.
I
Targeted Tony.
posted the link up
If
there.
whatever you know about RNM, we'd like to hear you talk about it. If you're willing to join and talk about it, that'd be great.
Is it still double voices?
Uh, no, I don't think so.
All
Yeah,
right,
we good
cool.
now. Yeah, they be trying to mess with this shit sometimes, man.
Yeah, bro.
But yeah, my boy, his name was Michael Burnett, bro. He was an old friend that I met through my cousin. So we used to hang out, me growing up, riding in his I forgot what he had. I think he had like an old school Lincoln, long car. We'll smoke, homegrown weed together and just, I was a little youngster. So I grew up, got a little bit older, and he was a plumber. And I was going through my targeting at the time. I remember I went and tried to see if I could get a job with this cat, and he hooked me up with a job with plumbing, and me and him were working there. And like I was thinking, like, oh, I couldn't trust anybody. I was like at a paranoid stage, like I don't know, like really what to go, like what to, how to deal with this shit too much. I was coping with it, but I don't really know what I know now. But uh, I remember like they were like on me, bro, and they wanted to do something to me. I think they wanted to put something in my body, or I don't know what. But I remember like I think they were pressing him, and they probably made him think it was something else or what. I don't know if he knew about the gang stalking or not, but like some shit ends up happening, like nothing like major, but like where I'm just like don't really trust them anymore. And then like I stopped kicking with this cat, and he ends up taking off to Arizona and moving with some chick that he knows or whatever. And little did I know, I guess I don't know if he did what they were asking of him, but he ended up getting targeted, and he never
Oh,
talked to me about it. And so little did I know, my cousin said, "Yeah, bro, like they were targeting him. Like they would he would see people like in the streets, and they try to like flinch on them, like if they were gonna hit him or something, like they'd flinch on him, and they do it all the time, like wherever he went, just random people. And then like he would trip out because not only was he being targeted, and they were doing other stuff. I'm pretty sure they were doing other stuff, and even like his wife and his kid were like contributing in it. I don't know what they were doing. I never really got the full scoop, but I would have loved to talk to him and try to help him. Like, but I would always reach out to him, like, cause he was only like one of the people that I kind of knew in my inner circle. So I would always try to reach out to the people that I know that are somewhat close, and
yeah.
I would send him texts. I'll send him my YouTube channel, and I didn't even know he was targeted. I just would share it with people just so that they can see what I'm going through. And then so little did I know, yeah, he was being messed with. He took his gun, and he put it to his head and blew his brains out.
Wow.
Yeah, bro. So like I found this out, like he killed himself. He was already suicidal for like other stuff that he was going through, but that really pushed him to the edge. The gang stalking, the shit that they were doing to him, because he even thought like his kid and his wife were against him. And when that happens, like that can make somebody go crazy, you know?
Yeah.
Like especially like the woman that you're with, and that's where you lay down your head, like you don't feel like you could even rest, next to the girl that your baby's mama. That shit gets all twisted, bro. I could only imagine how this
Oh
dude
yeah.
felt, and so yeah, man, like it just sucks that like how many people have fallen to this fucking wicked fucking program, bro, Like how many lives have they destroyed?
Yeah, they've destroyed lots of lives, man. I mean,
That's
this
why
is
I'm like, that's why I hate it so much, bro. Like that's why I'm so dedicated to like helping people because they attack like old women, like old, like old people that can't defend themselves, that don't know what the fuck this shit is. Like luckily, God gave us enough discernment to be able to fight back for these fucking cowards, and be able to help other people and really go about it in a very peaceful manner, despite the things that we really want to do,
oh
because
yeah,
like you already know, bro, you already know. And I mean, he gives us patience, he humbles us, and it's a miracle, bro, that we're still here and we're still fucking, you know, being
truly,
strong
man.
and fighting against this stuff, man. But RIP to all the fallen soldiers, that fell victim to this wicked beast system, man.
Man, it's crazy, man. Crazy, man. I would never thought when I was like 10 years old I'd be going through this, man. I thought, I
For real,
mean,
man.
the system's already set up for most of us to fail, and then to have this additional added on to it, this is crazy, man.
Well,
Like, basically reduced to, I don't know, man. I wonder how other targeted individuals are getting along. Like, is everybody homeless? People who have places to stay, or and if they do have places to stay, their ultimate goal is to get us out on the streets. So I'm wondering how people are combating that. You know what I mean? So it'd be good to hear
well,
from other people.
if I could interject, I can only speak to my own experience. Uh, okay, I'm a union plumber, have been since '97. Now in my early 50s, and I'll tell you what I've been doing is I'll draw an unemployment or temporary disability benefit for as long as I can and exhaust that benefit. And then I go back to work only as long as I have to qualify for the next benefit. Now,
Mm,
it's keeping a roof over my head. As you can see, there's a ceiling fan here. It's this rented apartment.
right.
But I don't take that for granted, okay? I've been on the streets myself.
Yeah.
I lived out of my truck, as Anthony's doing, for months and months at a time. Uh, I don't know the unemployment system in any other state except California, so I can't speak to that, right? But what I can tell you is that when I did go back to the workforce, um, though at times it was a hostile work environment, it was doable for a long enough period of time, despite the sleep deprivation, despite the slander on the job, et cetera, to just tough it out until you qualify for another unemployment benefit.
Right. Right. That job mob gets crazy.
Oh,
That
let me
job mob.
let me tell you, on a union job with 500 pukes on it, the level of harassment that a TI takes, it's off the charts, man. It's off the charts.
Yeah, I believe you, man. They send in people, man. I was working at a rinky dink Taco Bell, man. They were sending in the crackheads, the people fresh on parole. It was getting crazy. You can't put your hands on them. You can't, you know what I
Uh,
mean? It's
I can't
crazy,
I can't
man.
work at a fast food joint, bro. I just can't do it. Like, not that I won't, you know what I mean? Like I wouldn't mind working at a fast food place if there wasn't so many like perps and stuff. Like if I wasn't targeted, I wouldn't mind working at a fast food place. But being targeted and working at a fast food place, that's like a freaking combination for disaster, bro. Like I'm gonna snap on somebody.
For real, for
For real,
real,
for
man.
real.
Oh my goodness, man. It's ridiculous, man. They deny you promotions too. Like
Oh man.
everybody else moves up around you instead of you. I'm
Oh
like, what's
hell
going on? I've
no.
been here longer. I've been here for
Shit.
a year,
You better
almost a
fucking
year
you
and a
better
half.
give me a promotion. Shit. I'll
Yeah.
fucking cook this motherfucker right now.
Right. Right. Right.
And I'm taking like 10 tacos with me.
Oh man, that's off top. Man, targeted Tony said he's about to be homeless soon. Man, this
Oh,
is
for
getting
real?
out of
And you can see
hand,
the
man.
comments, bro.
Yeah, I can see him.
You could see like the whole list of them,
Yeah,
or you could
yep.
just see like the ones on the screen.
No, I can see the whole list.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
That's interesting.
Yeah, I can.
yeah,
Hey Ken, you don't see comments, banners, and banned on your screen?
Yeah, I had to go to. It says comments when you click on the lower button there, and I see the comments made by Targeted Tony to raise money for a flash drive so he can upload to YouTube.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because I thought I thought you didn't have access to them, but like I guess you do to all the comments. They show you like the whole list.
Well,
yeah.
I'm just not really sharp with technology, Anthony. I had to push another button to find it.
All right, cool. Well, now you know where it's at. So like you can we can help moderate with with people that are online, so we could just communicate with each other, you know.
Right.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
But we got 9 people viewing right now, and
That's
only
what's up.
one's talking.
Right, right.
But yeah, I implore you guys to join up and speak your mind, say whatever you want to say. It's a open discussion. Ain't no judgment right here. It's a free a free environment.
Well, in that case, I'd like to. I see a comment from Targeted Tony about Brian too, former DoD contractor.
DOT.
Yeah, that one there. Uh,
Mm.
I've gotten a lot of valuable information from Brian, not personally, but just by watching his videos and things. He seems like a very sharp individual. Uh, you could tell as he was bouncing around from one country to the next that he was finding no relief no matter where he went, which had to be an expensive world tour, right? You know, that takes a lot of money to fly around the world like that. Whether he's a perp or not, I cannot say. I highly doubt that. Uh, I mean, anything's possible, but I don't know. He spoke to something that I thought was valuable, and that was the trauma-based mind control through sleep deprivation. That the depriving of rest and sleep being critical to that, and then the falsified memory or the effort to replace your memory with their memories,
Ooh, that's a
right?
good one. That's a good one.
Because we let's just call it what it is. They're mind fucking us to death here.
Yeah, they're attempting to. They're attempting to.
What's up, generation? Nice to have you, brother.
But it gets hard at times, man. It gets rough. But you gotta have that solid. You gotta have that solid foundation and stay strong, man. Because you know you if you take one time to give in and it's over for you. They're gonna
Man,
try.
for real.
They're going. They're trying. They're definitely trying to get me put in prison for sure.
How's it? Yeah, for real. I know, bro. I know, I know exactly what you mean, man. Cause I feel the same way.
I mean, and, also with the slow kill, whatever, energy weapons, chemicals they spray.
I gotta give some a shout out to Generation. I don't know if you know this cat, but man, he's on a hustle, man. He's one of the people that's been around since I can remember. But he puts out a lot of information, bro. Him and I forget what other there's a woman. She puts out a lot of videos too. I think she has like a flower on her icon, but
Oh yeah,
uh,
yeah, yeah. Ti, it's Ti with the flower.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I watch her channel too. I'll have to subscribe to Generation.
Yeah,
And
generation. We have a actually a Telegram, bro. I'm gonna post the link in the comment, but they they post a lot of stuff. There's about, I don't know, I would say like 50 to 80 members, I don't know, 100 maybe or more. And they just post a bunch of videos that they find about different topics of mainly having to do with targeting. So like information about this, information about that, and
Hmm.
I'll just sometimes I'll go on there and I'll look through the stuff that they're posting, and I find content on there, bro. Like, so it's a really good little setup they got going on, and for TIs, you know.
Oh, that's what's up, man.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
post the link
definitely.
right now.
Yeah, we need that.
No, no, Tony, I'm not. Nobody's accusing you of being a perp. You were saying something
Turk.
about Brian too possibly being a perp, but you said you're neutral on him. That's what I was referring to, not yourself. Just to clear up the confusion there in the comment section.
Uh, what's this
You
person
follow me?
say? Yeah, I might definitely check that out.
What?
Somebody said some. Is this a perp in there?
Nah, I
Oh,
know
okay.
her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
I don't know.
Your
I
hand. Stop
just,
stalking
well,
my family and
I don't know them personally, what they do on the
oh yeah.
side, but you
Right,
know,
right.
how do you know they're human traffickers or what human traffickers?
Oh, goodness.
The
Stalking them,
mechanic?
sir.
I don't talk to that fool. Your handler stop attacking my family and I. Come on, Libby. You already know I ain't with that shit.
What are they talking? What is this mono? What is this dragon tamer talking about, Anthony?
No, it's because she knows a bunch of people that, I mean, I could speak on them. I don't really care, give a shit about these people, but she runs into a lot of perps, so she gets attacked a lot, you know, so she probably thinks that everybody's in on it, you know. So
Yeah.
I've always been just about the TIs, you know what I mean? Like I never try to follow nobody around or nothing like that. I just pop by here and there just to see how they're doing, but I don't know if people don't have discernment to see past that, I can't, you know what I mean? I don't got time to be following people around online, bro. You know what I mean? I'm not like these fucking cowards. But I mean, she gets attacked from so many people. I guess she just doesn't know who to trust. But I could talk about the people if she wants me to. I've talked about them in the past. I don't really care about these people. They're just pedos and like some weird ass creeps, like fucking Aaron V. Cox or whatever, and all these fucking weird ass people that are stalking her. So like, you know, I got you, Libby, but yeah, I'm not with that stuff. I don't really, you know, I'm against all this stalking shit. So
Yeah. It's time to elevate, man, because it's end game, man. This is getting out of hand, man. Yeah, I know y'all seen Australia.
Oh, well, some
They,
of it. What's been
yeah,
going on there?
yeah, the riots and protests. They broke out the police. I posted a video up today about it.
Oh,
They put an underage restriction on it. I'm like, it's there are people rioting about their freedom over in Australia. You know, they test run to other countries first before they bring it here. like they test running everything in New York with the mandate, how
Uh-huh.
people are gonna react, how people are gonna react, and all that. So yeah, man, it's check it out, man. Just look it up, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Well,
So that,
we just was just watching a video earlier. I'm not a big fan of Infowars and Alex Jones. All right, I have got some bad feeling about Alex Jones, but this reporter that he had, I thought was speaking some truth, and I think I got enough discernment now when someone's trying to bullshit me. At
hmm
least I hope I do. At any rate, he was stating that there was a high-level Satanist that had given a deathbed statement, not a confession, like he had been trying to repent back in 2010. That in the upcoming uh, decades, we would be seeing oppression and tyranny like never before in history, and that the Satanists would be rearing their ugly head openly. Okay. Uh, that's exactly what we're seeing, and that him and his these high level players were involved in the creation of pornography, the most lewd and crass forms of it worldwide, in an effort to degrade society and take it down, which is exactly what's taking place, right? Uh, an example he used was Lil Nas, right?
Okay.
If you look at the video of Lil Nas, it's a snake in the garden, and he that is Lil Nas is got a wig on like a woman, and he makes out with a demon that I think is a representation of Satan. And then it moves in the next clip of the video. It looks like something out of hell where Satan's sitting on the throne and he's sodomizing Lil Nas in the video, in the music
Yeah.
video. This is the same one that had the sneakers, the shoes that had blood. It's supposed to have blood in them with a pentagram. You know, Nike made the shoe for him.
Right.
Maybe,
Right.
maybe you heard about that. Maybe you didn't.
Yeah. I
But
did.
so it was supposed to have human blood in it. You know, so they're putting it right in our face.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. They're moving towards that that one world religion as well. And they're trying to decipher who's gonna accept it and who's not. Who's you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And I mean this is just I don't know, man. I don't know. The remote neural monitoring to know that everybody's eyes is gonna be watched through and everything you do is gonna be monitored and watched. That's kind of freaky, man. That's creepy, man. It's
And
not just us, man. It's everybody's about to be up under this, man.
oh yeah, oh yeah. And if you think about it, the ones who have the most to hide don't want to be subject to their own technology now, do they?
Right.
In other words, these high level pedophiles and things, you know, these blood drinking, adrenochrome, boy raping Illuminatis.
hmm
You think they want to be neurally monitored?
I
I
think it's
doubt.
coming to the point where they don't even care like with the little Nas X video. They're gonna try to normalize these things. That's what I believe.
Yeah,
Uh,
I think you're right. G
yeah,
Rock.
they're pushing that agenda so hard that they're trying to make it normal.
Yeah, that's exactly right. You're right on the money.
Dude, how are they attached to me? I don't even talk to these fools. I don't even know who they are. You introduced me to Cox. I don't know any of these fools that you were mentioning of. And show me how they're attached to me too. That's what I want to know. She thinks they're attached to me because they come. Some of them come in these weird ass profiles and comment on my channel. And so like she thinks That's what she's saying right here, and that's the only way that I could think of that she thinks I'm affiliated with them.
Uh, let me read. Let's see what she's saying. Yeah, the definitely the chosen elect is getting targeted. That's for sure.
Well, they're trying to cause separation, within you know the targeted community, but you got to
Right.
know who the real ones are.
How are you going to
Shit,
know?
and I don't have to defend myself. My channel speaks for itself.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's not no fake TR. I wouldn't be on here if he was fake. I wouldn't be on here. And another way how you can tell the real targeted individual, ain't no targeted individual trying to help no other targeted individual, especially with information about shielding, different information on how to, avoid, you know what I mean, overcome this thing. You feel me? Most fake TIs is trying to bring a wedge between everybody. They're trying to bring like, oh, do you hear about this one guy? He's fake, or just I don't know. I just after being on this YouTube thing for a year, you can just kind of just feel who's fake and who's
So
not.
we got another guest right here. What's up?
What up, brother? It's Mike from Santa Barbara, California.
What up? What
Hey,
up?
man, thank you for reaching out, bro. It's the YouTube is not being the business right now. Hey, so between all the live shows that you guys been doing, man, like there's one thing that has really been sticking out, and I know that the guy just said was talking about not wanting to help other people. And it is, he's right. It's hard to want to like give information when there's too many damn perps. But at some point, we got to just drop the bullshit and just keep doing it because otherwise, we're only holding ourselves back, you know? I mean, because the more and more we don't collaborate, the more and more we can't, proceed to really try to do some damage in this cold ass world.
Agree.
Uh, Man, so thank you again for sending me that contact too, because I know when it was yesterday when Nina was on, she's talking about how she had four siblings. I'm the youngest. She's the oldest of four siblings. I'm the youngest of four siblings. And, she's talking about a lot of things in my neck of the woods where there's a lot of history, man. There's a lot of history that they don't teach us here. And, I know I told you like a week ago, my, about one of my brothers, he's already gained his wings, and I got another one that's facing life right now, and and it sucks because the one that's facing life, what triggered him was a church, and it was a church that my deceased brother went to, and it's just there's a lot of false doctrines out there, and that's why even looking at some of the churches and I say Yeshua, they look at me kind of weird. I'm like, man, you guys ain't real if you don't even know Yeshua, It's like, come on, bro, you ain't with the Most High. And one thing my brother used to always tell me is beans, rice, and Jesus Christ. That's all we need. That's all we need. Because you know what? All the monetary bullshit, dude. It's just, yeah, we need it. We need it to stay afloat. We need it to stay afloat. But at the same time, that doesn't define us. That doesn't define the responsibilities and the work that we're supposed to do while we're still here on this earth. And it's hard, man. Like right now, I've been going back and forth because apparently I'm in Atlanta, Georgia right now. Per Google, I got their on the maps. When they start taking over my phone, right? It slips sometimes. Technology isn't perfect, and so I have all these recordings and screenshots and stuff. It's like, well, why are you saying I'm in Atlanta? Like I'm in Santa Barbara, California, bro. Like that's way too far away. And it's these little things like that. And then one thing I actually want to do when I sync up with you is I want to show you how to dig, like to show like your IP address on your phone and everything else. Like all that stuff goes outside of where we are, and this is another way of how these perps are able to do it.
Yeah,
Um,
have you watched SHP's channel?
oh man, she's very helpful. She's very helpful. Sometimes her and her sidekick, the other girl that's with her, um, sometimes I almost feel like are they mocking us? Because some perps will pretend to be TIs. However, I know they're legit because they wouldn't be showing us how to dig. You know what I mean? Like they'd be like, "Oh, you guys are screwed. Just deal with it." Like, nah,
Right.
which I'm not the most experienced technical person, but I'm not a noob, so their stuff definitely helps me a lot. Uh, Sorry, I'm just walking right now because I gotta go get some laundry. So, but so in regards to my stuff, bro, like, so my brother, he's an ex-con. Regardless, that's not, people look at him for who he was, not who he became, right? He became closer to the Lord and started to change his ways. Um, and his old lady, she's got a PhD in cognitive psychology. I mean, like, if people don't understand what cognitive means, and you throw in psychology in that, man, you know how to manipulate people. It's almost like the gaslighting, And unfortunately, my brother, he shouldn't have gone. He's a grown adult. He shouldn't have gone back to his old ways. Unfortunately, he did, and he lost his life for it. And it just so happened to be the same time that in the county, he wasn't in jail when this happened, but in the Santa Barbara County Jail, there were 20 overdoses that happened inside the jail. How did it get in there? You know what I mean? The feds came out. They started investigating, but exactly 7 days later, there was a conception fire where a boat ended up killing like 30 people. So the feds went from finding the corruption inside the jail to looking at what caused the boat fire, and they never looked back. And then when my brother's when my brother's old lady found out that my brother was dead, she told the owner of the house that he was renting a room from, "Don't call 911 until I get there." She took his phone. She didn't want to give it to the sheriff. Uh, she threw away. I mean, regardless, he was doing drugs. He shouldn't have. But why would you throw it away? You know what I mean? I mean, it did have fentanyl in it, but she's tampering with evidence, and she's smart. She's a very, very educated woman. And a big problem that I have is my youngest son, Jacob. His mother, she doesn't believe anything that I'm saying, and that's why I definitely appreciate these channels, because it helps me get a little bit more clarification, So again, thank you, brother, for that, because it's not easy, man, especially because we're all separated throughout, wherever we are. But it's good to have that peace of mind, like having the other soldiers in God's army, like, hey, I know we're not right next to each other right now, but we're still together. You know what I mean? Because it's
Amen.
important. It's important, bro. Because honestly, if I didn't have channels like with you, and then SHP, and then even that new cat that you believe it was yesterday that you posted a video on. I mean, like, that stuff. It's helped a lot. And with everything that's going on with my brothers, you've heard the resting in power, right? There's rest in peace and there's rest in power. My brother's resting in power. I know his death isn't justified. They just look at it like, oh, he's an ex-con. It is what it is, and it's not. That's not who he was, and it sucks too, because when he passed. See, I got these aren't as good as your glasses, bro, but I got some.
Yeah, for sure.
uh, but it's we're dealing with a lot of smart people,
Yeah,
and
hop on here, bro.
that's what's kicking our ass, because they're already steps ahead of us because of what we can't afford. We can't afford certain things, right? So if we can't afford their audiophile type headphones. They're like freaking $5,000 for some headphones. And we think that JBL or some Sony's are good. Like that's chump change to them.
For
And
real.
there's some websites too, bro, that I want to throw your way. That talks about kind of almost like the voice to skull stuff. That they sell it, and they actually have them at universities and stuff, to where you can be in the center of a busy a room auditorium or whatever, and they can direct what they want you to hear. So it can be music, it can be some perp stuff. um, I mean, you can actually buy it. I mean, it's way out of our pay grade, but it's there.
Yeah.
It's there, and they say the truth is out there, and it is, and it smacks us right in our face every day, and it sucks. But it's definitely important that we keep collaborating, because if we don't collaborate, we're only going to crumble. And I still have that vision of what you say. Once these perps start getting a certain way, they're going to have their panties all in a bunch. You know what I mean? Because there's a reason why they want us divided, because they know when we're together, we might be small in numbers, but we are mighty. We are powerful. We're wearing the armor of God. We're wearing that suit, no questions asked. And they don't want that, and they're gonna say, "Oh, you're mentally ill," or "Oh, you're taking drugs," or "Oh, you need your medication." It's like, man, and I tell them, and I just point to my hat, loyal to the soil, man. Like, I mean, I know I shouldn't probably be smoking herb, but that's my anxiety, that's my stress relief. You know what I mean? Like, but I don't take pills, I don't drink, I don't do anything. Like, that's my it's the only thing that keeps me from not I guess having like a crazy ass panic attack, because they get pretty heavy, man, where you start losing certain feelings on the side of your body,
For
and yesterday was a prime example, bro, because my brother, God rest his soul, one of the things that I got when he passed away is a beach cruiser. And it has 4-inch fat tires, and it's electric, right? Well, yesterday I went to the shop, because the only person that is helping me, bro, in this town, the only person, she's fighting cancer right now, right? And it's getting worse, and it's getting worse. And I almost think that they're targeting her because she's helping me. But
Yeah,
she didn't.
I found out some stuff, bro, on TikTok. It's called
Okay.
well, there's a few cures out there, like natural cures, and then there's one that I found. It's called let me check my phone real quick so I can make sure. Oh, you know what? If I close it, it's gonna close the
I probably should have.
yeah, it's gonna close the live stream. So
Okay.
it's a dewormer but it's a dog pill, bro. And for some reason, this dude, I'll send you the video, bro, but like this dude says that he tried everything. He tried to eat healthy. He tried to like and it's weird because I think one of the people that is right here on commenting, she's the one that had like I have like medicine in my backpack that I kind of want to try, and it's like to detox the liver and the gut and all that stuff. But this dude said he's like, man, I tried everything. I tried to eat healthy. I tried to I try to do everything, nothing worked. He said I tried these deworming pills and like people have taken them for cancer and supposedly like it helps them and shit like that. And then there's some seeds that I was looking into too that they were talking about. And so like so yeah, those two. I'll send you all the information that I have though. Like
Okay.
so you can
Does
check
it
it
take
out.
out the
You know,
metals? Does
because
it take out the nanoparticles and shit in our body?
I don't know. I know it's like parasitic, so like it
Okay.
takes out like
That's important.
that
That's huge.
aspect of it because there's a few like main things that they focus on our body. It's like the nanotech, and then it's the you know like and then there's like a fungus that they're spraying and it's getting on everybody. It's a fungus, and then there's like the parasites too. So you
Right.
got to take all that stuff.
I mean, because even when the planes fly over us, right, or the chemtrails, like,
All right.
man,
All right,
I
hold
need.
up. I got you, Libby.
But it's
Yeah.
crazy because
Get that nanotech
that
out of.
stuff. Oh, go ahead. I gotta go on the story anyway.
No, no. I mean, you're onto something there, and that's what I'm wanting to talk about. Get the how do we get the nano out of the flipping body and the brain? You
One
know.
one thing one thing that I've been trying to do differently is I'm not even messing with water. I mean, I'm still drinking water, but I've been drinking carbonated water. So that way, it's because no matter what, at least everywhere, I mean, we might get it reverse osmosis and this and that, but dude, everything. I mean, there's videos on YouTube like the TEDx talks, right? The TEDx talks are from like 6 7 years ago talking about all this stuff. It's like, damn, where the hell were we? I know I was playing video games at that time.
Shit, you just out and about, bro? You stay on the streets or what?
Yeah, pretty much. And it's I've been staying at the my friends because it's been over a month, man. Like it's been over a month, and I have a lot of things lined up. I have things in storage. I don't even need this anymore. They're closed. I have things in storage that it's a really good money opportunity for me because some of the things that where I get my calmness, my sanity is, I go mountains or the beach and I chase the sunrise or sunsets, man, and I watch it. I embrace it. I kind of meditate. I self reflect. I analyze and just kind of give what our creator gives me at face value. Just to kind of not focus on the stuff that's causing my anxiety. And but yeah, ever since the Jeep, man. First it was the radiator blew, and then they're trying to tell me that the engine block or the engine block was warped or some shit. I'm just like, dude. But I mean, I can't tell them nothing, because it's almost. I was a chef for 7 years, like you piss off the chef, they're gonna spit in your shit. You piss off the mechanic, he's. I might not make it down the hill over here,
Yep.
and it's
I'll be
just
back right now though. I gotta send somebody a email real quick.
yeah, for
I'll
sure,
hop
brother.
back
Sure.
on.
Go. And hey, brother, and what's your name, man?
Me and here, I'm
Yeah, you.
yeah, okay. I'm Kenneth. I live in San Jose, up
I
north.
was born in San Jose, July 2nd, 1982.
Is that right? Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
right.
But I've been in Santa Barbara since '82. Like my my dad wasn't from Santa Barbara. He was born in East LA, and he has his own dark dark path that he doesn't want to embrace. Like as far as finding our roots and finding out where certain things, why we're targeted, right? He doesn't want to do any of that, but I'm not going to bash him for it. But it is what it is. But so I don't really know much about San Jose. I was born there, and man, I was there. God, what was it, about 2.5 months ago? Uh, I was passing through. I was on my way to San Francisco. Man, it was a trip. It was a trip. There was a lot of like just weird things going on, but that's everywhere, But apparently, at least from what I've read, as far as what San Jose is, I mean, it's biomedical research. It's Silicon Valley, And there's things about San Jose in general, just because Silicon Valley and all the rich people that are there, all the big tech companies. They I don't know. I guess it's kind of a gut intuition that they're not telling people things. Like when a child is born, because what do? They take the child away, right? While the mother rests, and the father's there with the mom, and anything can happen.
Oh yeah.
Anything can happen.
Yeah.
And it's a trip too. Is I mean, so I'm the youngest of four boys. I'm the only one with brown eyes. I'm bigger than all my brothers. Um, but I'm the only one. I have this flat spot in the back of my head. And I used to joke around with my mom, and be like, "Oh, you used to drop me. You dropped me when I was little." She started crying. So that was kind of like, that's a messed up way of doing it. But I was trying to ask her, like, did I lay on my head a lot when I was a newborn? Is that why it's flat? And she's like, no. So I'm like, so what is it? What is it? Because if you look at a lot of the things with the artificial intelligence and the way they're trying to have convert AI into transhumanism and stuff like that, a lot of the stuff is, or like in the Matrix, how do they plug in through the back of the head?
Uh huh.
And it's a trip. Like I can't get anywhere. Right now, the insurance that I have, because of my situation, it's they tried to give me Medi-Cal, um, but I refused it and actually wanted the American Indian health organization, because they told me right away, they're like, no, you're not, you're not paranoid, you're not seeing shit, because I told them my bloodline, as far as Native American and all these other things, and it's a huge difference, man, to see what one organization does and what the other one doesn't. Well, once I started even asking more questions, nobody wants to give me an MRI. Nobody. And I'm like, man, because I want them to take to be able to take a scan like now, and then I don't know, maybe in like another 3-4 months, just to see if anything is getting progressively worse. Because they're not stopping, and they're not going to stop. They're going to keep coming after us. And I already lost one brother. I'm about to lose another one, and I know there's a way I can get him out, but I need him. I need him to start writing his story, because everything that lines up, there's nothing's a coincidence. Everything that he's been through, it was all just, I mean, all these perps. And my brother, he has a I don't care attitude. He's been woke a lot longer than I have, and so he has zero tolerance for people's nonsense. And he just he snapped. He snapped, and unfortunately, all that stuff that happened with the church. And for Santa Barbara, bro, Santa Barbara's only like 130,000 people in this town. It wasn't even in the news. It didn't make the news. And what they tried to charge him with should have been. It should have been all over. And I can't even get the information. Uh, um, I went to the police department to try to get the Freedom of Information Act on his report, and they redacted like everything. And I'm like, dude, this is my brother. This is my brother. Why can't I get the report?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, and I can't even go in there right now as we speak, because I have a warrant. And the last time I tried calling the police because of some human trafficking stuff that was going on around here, I was trying to call the non-emergency number, and I was looking at all the negative reviews on Google, and a cop comes up. And I was talking to her the whole time. I'm like, look, I've been here my whole life. Like, I'm actually a concerned citizen. Like, how come you guys aren't stopping these massage parlors? How come you guys aren't stopping these little hotel traps that are by the beach, which tourists get attracted to? And they're like, oh, it's kind of a sticky situation. I was like, well, I'm somebody who isn't, I didn't take an oath to protect the people. I didn't take your job. Like, I'm willing to be that voice, and I gave her my name and everything. I'm like, I have nothing to hide.
Dang.
But
Yeah.
her partner came out and ran my name, and she's like, you got a warrant. I was like, mother, no good deed goes unpunished. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's unbelievable, man. Like, it just frustrates me, because even the detective that I'm trying to get in contact with, she keeps telling me, you just need to see a therapist and you need to take medication. I was like, you're not even hearing me out, lady. Like, I know I have ADD and stuff, but like, come on. Like, she doesn't even want to hear half of the facts that I have on it. And it sucks, because yesterday I was someone tried stealing my brother's bike, my deceased brother's bike, and my oldest son ended up picking me up, and I found it halfway across the town, and it wasn't the guy who stole it, and I was so livid, I was ready just to take flight. But something came inside of me and was like, you know what, my brother wouldn't want me to use violence for somebody that took something, and it wasn't even the guy who stole the bike to begin with. But after, when I was going back to my friend, I ended up seeing the guy who did steal my bike. And so I cut across traffic. Cars are all honking at me. And I'm like, I don't care. Like, I'm seeing this right now. And I go up to this guy and I'm like, hey, you want to buy this bike that you just tried to steal? He almost shit in his pants, bro. And I was like, look, you have two choices, man. I was like, this belongs to my dead brother, so you're lucky I got it back. Hey, look. Who does this at night, bro? Leaf
What
blower
is it?
at night. Vas a ver, huh?
A leaf
Come on.
blower?
Yeah.
Oh man.
So, if I can, let me speak to San Jose for a minute. Uh, I like yourself. I was born and raised here, but okay, I'm the fifth generation of my family born in San Jose. We used to grow pears on North First Street. So
Okay.
I come from a long uh, agricultural line that's been in this valley long before it was called Silicon Valley, right?
Right. Right.
Okay, so to fast forward, I've seen a lot of changes. I'm 51. I've seen a lot of changes take place in the valley in the Bay Area over a half a century. Not for the better. Having said that, Silicon Valley used to be known Santa Clara Valley is heavily involved in the satanic cabal is using Silicon Valley, its
Right.
CEOs, billionaires, for the technology aspect of advancing their one world agenda. There's no doubt about that. None whatsoever. In the same way that they're using Hollywood and SoCal for the entertainment means of distracting the public with the lady cacas and the little
Like a magician. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The magic, yes, the magic, the rituals, all of it, all of it. Now, if you went back to 2003 to the MTV Music Awards, you see a dyke Madonna in her fag fucking Freemason fag top hat, dressed like a man, sucking face with Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera on what?
Right.
A Freemason checkerboard stage. Right?
Right.
And you got
Right.
the Justin Timber bitches. He's kind of going, what's going on here? Right?
Yeah. And it's one of his articles. He's covering. I don't even want to do it, but he's covering his eye. You know, like yeah. Its symbolism is going to be the fall. I guarantee it.
Check this out. 2003, guy. I was 33 years old. You probably were both teenagers. But here's what happened. Queer Eye for Straight Guy went into mainstream syndication that year, as well as Ellen DeGeneres show, which is still running today, right? Now,
Right.
so they were pushing their gay propaganda then, and what happens? 2015, when the feds enact legalized marriage for gays, doesn't take long, does it? 7 years
No.
later, the nation is sinking like a rock fast.
Yeah.
This is what
Yeah.
happens when the devil starts hammering the family and the social fabric comes unraveled, all by design, all by their satanic plans, where they got their 10 and 20-year plans in place. So
Oh, shit. Yeah. Even longer than that. Yeah.
you bet.
Hey, we all got glasses on.
Right.
But these, I mean,
Glasses
they're
gang. Glasses gang.
you know, shoot,
Hey,
bro.
you
Like
know what's a
there's
trip
blue
too?
lights. These supposedly, protect from blue light because I don't know when I'm staring at my phone all day, bro. Like my eyes, they feel like, especially when I wake up, bro. They're like beaming me with energy, bro. Like as soon as I wake up, I see like pulsing energy like
Yeah.
going through my eyes, bro. And I'm just like, damn, like I don't know what the hell they're focusing on us, bro. But I know the senses, the ears, the eyes, they're focusing like a lot of stuff. And if I could understand it, I would, try to figure it out. But I'm just trying my best, to like to shield from this crap,
Right. You
because
know,
I know I ain't eating healthy and shit, and I ain't detoxing myself. So I know there's like a lot of healing properties out there, but I'm trying.
I have he's just under 2 years old. He's a American Pit rescue dog, right? And I call him Radar, and he's deaf. So when he's with me and he's sleeping and it's like 2, 3 in the morning, something gets him and he can't hear. He can't hear. Like he's deaf. Like
Yo,
you
what
know.
what ethnicity are you, bro? Just to like, cause there's
So
people out here like they think like we're white and shit. I'm
no,
Mexican.
so
What are
so
you?
actually, if I can do a screen share, how I did 23andMe and Ancestry, so I'm 29% Native American.
Mhm.
Um, I'm also German. I'm also French. I'm also a British. from my mom's side, because my mom is the güerita with blue eyes. My dad is the Spanish and the Native American. Um, but realistically, anyone who talks about race, color, or creed, they're already part of the problem, because realistically, that's just color. You know what I mean? That has nothing
Yeah,
to do
no,
with
that's why.
race.
Like, I give everybody a chance as long as they're trying to do, the right thing. You know what I mean? Like, so I
Righteous.
mean,
Yes.
I don't know about their past or whatever. I haven't been with them since day one. But if somebody does know about somebody, like, just don't go speaking about people if you don't know them. You know what I mean? Like, we're just right here trying to like speak, like, good information. So like, I invite people LTIs to my page, but like don't come starting stuff if you don't have proof. You know what I mean? Come bring the proof, hit me up. You got my email, kingfierro@gmail.com. Like, don't become bringing nonsense, bro. Like, we're way above that already. We're trying to uplift our people
And hang
instead
on
of
a
trying
second.
to like kick
Hang
them
on,
down.
bro. I got to address this real princess of Yahuwah. I'll tell you what I mean. You don't tell me what I mean. I don't come from a long line of agricultural slave farms. We own that land. Let's get that straight. What I talk about is my business. You understand? If you got something to say, bring your voice on here and we'll discuss it. All right? There's a relevant reason I'm talking about that fucking dyke Christina Aguilera, Madonna, and that other bitch, Britney Spears. And if your pea brain can't get wrapped around that, too bad for you. Go kick rocks. Beat it,
Well,
real princess.
no, I definitely understand. I definitely see your point of view on that, brother. But you got to also keep in mind that we're here for a reason. You know what I mean? Like, we are more consciously aware of other people, and we have to help other people. We have to lift other people up, help other people
Right.
grow. Now, don't get me wrong. There's people that are going to be stubborn as hell, and yes, by all means, those are the ones, because there's people that it's not necessarily their fault that they don't know. That's just how they were raised, or that's how their education system programmed them, so to speak. You know, um, but don't get me wrong. I've come across people that are they're just stubborn to the T, and it's like, man, you don't get it. There's, why continue to waste our energy on that? So I definitely agree with you on that. I just wanted to kind of, I guess, chime in and let you know, like, we still have a
I'll
purpose
tell
here.
you who the freak is, princess. You're the real flippin' freak. And who are you calling pale face?
Are you talking about me?
No, I'm talking
No,
about the
it's
Oh,
because you can't.
princess of
No,
Yahuwah.
it's because you can't see the comments, bro.
real
I can't
princess. Oh,
like.
yeah, okay, okay. I was
Yeah,
like,
let's see
damn,
the.
girls.
No, no, no. Hang on a second.
Nah.
There's some comments being made by some stupid bitch named Real Princess of Yahuwah. You are a bullshit artist, whoever you are. I'll
Yeah,
tell you who the real freak is, bitch. You're in the wrong fucking uh, room to be running your fucking mouth. You understand me? I tell you, bitch, you're the real fucking freak here. You understand
Oh,
me?
calm down.
Yahuwah,
Yo,
princess,
let's
you go
keep the
kick
peace,
fucking
man.
rocks.
yeah. I mean, I definitely see your point. If she really was part of that bloodline and a real princess of the Most High, she wouldn't be saying the things that she's doing. She would be leading like
Well,
Yeshua
you
would.
know what? You know why? It's just I don't know if it's somebody that has like two accounts or something like that, and they're just using like separate accounts so that they don't like they just try to start stuff on here. I don't know, like
Oh, I know all the trolls,
they're
bro.
where
I
their
know, and they
channel
want to
comes
trigger
from.
us.
You know what
They
I
want
mean?
to
Like
trigger
where
us.
these people come from, they start like so much drama. And so
Hurt
like
people,
just
hurt
because
people.
they come and then they try to start drama like other places, and it's
Yeah,
like they don't even know who their enemies are. They just think everybody's their enemy. So
yeah.
just
It's
because and they're
me
only
against the world.
supporting like melanated people, like if we don't all come from the same blood, you know what I mean?
And we do.
You
Yeah.
know,
Oh man, see, and that's the thing, dude. Like, people have a rude awakening, like,
there
and
are
there's a
12
lot.
tribes. You know what I
There's a
mean? There are
lot.
12 tribes.
Yes, there are. Yes, there are. And it's so when people start thinking, oh, it's specifically that, without really taking that step back, and looking at the broad spectrum of everything, because that's where I got lost trying to, I mean, I'm nowhere close to putting all the pieces together, because if I did, hell, none of us would be, I mean, and vice versa, you know what I mean? Um, but it's important, man, that anybody that's paying attention, it's like, hey, hurt people, and people need to understand from our point of views as well, our point of view, because we've dealt through a lot. I can say I know I've been targeted since birth, and just all these things, man, all these things. Like, it's just not a coincidence. And but hurt people, right? Yeah, I still want to help people. I still want to help people heal. My late uncle, he was a shaman, and when he got out of when he retired from the military after going through the Vietnam War and earning his Purple Heart, he started focusing on the teens in the Los Angeles area, and trying to bring peace amongst the younger generations, because you see how quickly things can escalate, and it's all these people coming from broken homes. I came from a terrible environment, and it's just like, that's why two of my brothers, and that's why they're like that. And it's we still need to have that motivation and that drive to help other people, because it's, if we don't, I mean, I know some people are like, you just got to focus on you.
Hey, good
Ah,
job that bitch, by the way. She needed to be. That bitch is a problem. That bitch is
Yeah,
a
no,
fucking
I
problem.
mean, I don't like if they don't have proof. If they just come over here being racist, then I'm gonna block them because I don't got time for that shit.
Well, exactly, because she keeps talking about our people and pale faces. What people are you referring to with segregation? I mean, I think this is an anti-white, maybe a Hispanic here or
well,
something.
there's a lot of covert racism going on, and I, by all means,
It's
they
like
deserve
it's
to be
like if
put
you
on
if
spot.
it's like if you try to say like, oh, you're the true Israelites. You know how those black dudes they hate the tribe of Esau. They hate the white
Right.
man. They say, like, oh, the white man owns everything. Like I've heard all that stuff before. You know what I mean? I think you think that the Most High is gonna literally condemn all of white people to hell, like just because they come from a certain bloodline. Like,
Nah,
nah,
and,
it
and
doesn't matter. It
bloodlines
says
is,
the
whew,
Gentiles and everybody else. Like, I don't discriminate against whatever color skin they are, as long as they're followers of Christ. That's all that matters, bro.
humble.
Like,
Yeah,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly
No,
right.
that's spot on, brother. That is spot on. And you talk about the bloodlines. So here's some things, like, so I found out, like, in regards to some of my roots, because my dad he couldn't go past his parents. So I ended up going 5 generations down, and on my mom's and my dad's side. So the German side of me, my great great uncle, wait, no, sorry, great, 3 or 4 greats uncle was a German mercenary. He came to the United States to assassinate the leaders of the 13 colonies. Now check this out. Why did we start out with the 13 colonies? Why?
all right,
People don't think about that, because what, the 13 wealthiest families are the ones that sent out explorers to find new land. And so when they say, oh, this is land of the free, it's when the explorers came here, they went back and were like, hey, there's no castles, it's just all the natives with their adobes and their tents. So they already thought it was land of the free. And yes, hell yeah, it's home of the brave, because those warriors fought. They fought for their survival. They fought for their spirituality, their culture, their women, their children, their land. That we need to restore that with the people today, because there's too many people that are, they just want to laugh and mock at people. And hey, that's fine, man. That's them. Catch me on a good day, when our King Almighty gives us the green light to actually start going to war. That'll be a different story. We've got to pick and choose our battles, and people are gonna trolls are gonna nonstop. They're gonna do it. They're gonna troll all day, every day, because they
Hang
have
on a second.
nothing better to do.
Let me interject again. Let's
Yeah.
reel this back in, brother. I should say, and that is to the removal of nanotech from the brain and the body. You do that, and you've got this thing. You just turned this whole gang stalking terrorist activity upside down. Really, that's the
Yeah.
brass tacks of it. Get the nano out of the brain. They can't neurally monitor. They can't same time exit entry, or put perps in your line of at the grocery store.
Right.
You got serious problems if you can do that.
So thank you for reminding me. Um, so one thing I've been doing, because money's been tight for me, but I have an old pair of some Bose Quiet Comfort. They're non-Bluetooth, right? So it has a sound cancel noise cancellation. That's been pissing them off. Also, I noticed, I don't know if you guys can see it. So this is the case to my phone, right? And you see this right here and right here. These are heavy, heavy magnets, bro. Like if I take one out, it'll flip over and attach to it right away. So it's not like some refrigerator. Like this is some heavy duty stuff. And I noticed when these perps have been going by me to try to scan shit, it's been pissing them off. And I don't know if it's because these magnets are interfering in
Yeah,
some way, shape, or form.
yeah. I think it
But
is the magnets because they're trying to capture your magnetic field.
right.
So what happens is the magnets interfere with that information.
So and I don't have it in this hat just yet, but the other hat, I'm going back to my friends right now. There's these things that you can put on the back of your phone that's supposed to remove. It's supposed to eliminate all electromagnetic radiation, right? And it's like $20 for 5 or something on Amazon or something like that. And where you take an EMF detector and stuff, and it literally, I mean, it dilutes it immediately. Well, I bought a 5-pack, right? I put one on the back of my phone, and then I put, let's see if I can show you guys.
So,
And then here,
whoa, low battery.
I'll go here,
Yo, G Rock,
here,
you want to
and
hop
here.
back on, bro?
So,
I think you can like allow like 7 to 8 people on the live.
Okay. I noticed in the chat room there was a comment made by Just Aaron. Says, I feel like this tech was being used before nanotechnology, unfortunately. And that very well could be true, Just Aaron. And I'm all for getting rid of the technology by whatever means possible. I don't know, but that seems like a monumental task, actually. Um, but whatever works in our favor, whether it's the removal of cell towers, 5G, or the nanotech from the brain and things, I'm all for it. Whether it means becoming vigilantes or whatever the case may be.
mercenaries.
There you go.
Hey, and you know what, brother? Because like you said, you have so many generations in agriculture. Like, and this is the thing is we I this is what I feel is we all have something. We all have something that we know, and not saying in a boasting way, but there's something that we know more than one another. And so that's why it's important, because honestly, now that I know as far as your history, like I'm going to start asking you certain questions to see if you know in regards to that, because these chemtrails, it don't mean nothing. I mean, it's in our water, right? Oh, see if I can show you guys. Have you guys walked down the street and had the main street lights shut off as you walk by?
Yep, I've had them brighten up too, especially where I sleep. They get
Yeah,
brighter.
yeah.
They'll
Well, so
light up like way more intense.
there's two different types of lights, right? You have the old school, like stuff that we remember as a kid growing up, kind of
Yeah,
like the
they're kind of
yellowish
more
lights.
reddish or
Right, right,
yellowish.
right. And then now
Yeah.
there's a bright LED. Well, those for that, at least I can confirm in Santa Barbara, the ones that they've replaced. Look at that, it went right on. It cracks me up. Anyways, from what I've been able to gather in Santa Barbara is those ones that have the bright LEDs. Theirs are actually being monitored by by law enforcement or above and beyond law enforcement. And
I
there's
wanted to ask a question about that real quick.
yeah, go ahead.
Do they have like a purplish tint to them, like
The
a
inside of the
ultraviolet
light.
light? Yeah, the street lights out there.
Shit, brother. You know what? I'm walking over to one right now. Um, and so the ones that have the blue lights, those are actually harmful for us.
You
There are
know,
U.S. Go ahead. Go
okay,
ahead.
go ahead.
No,
Oh,
no, go
I
ahead.
was going to tell you something. What I've discussed. Well, I came across it. Basically, that ultraviolet light. It's like a what do you call those? Like when you go to like let's say when you used to go to a club or something, and it's like you can hold your. It's a stamp that you can't see. It's invisible, but if you put it under this light, you can see it.
Right. Like
So they
kind of
know
like
you
our
get in the
IDs,
club
like
already. Yeah.
our state IDs. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what the Lucer race is. The Lucer race is like fluorescent, and in the jab, and that's how they're going to be able to tell who has the jab or not by
Oh,
being able
really?
to have people up under that light. Yeah,
Okay.
um,
Oh, you're good. You're good.
yeah, that Lucer race that's in the jab, it basically lets off a fluorescent,
Huh.
that you can put under a blue light and see it. You haven't seen a couple of those on like Facebook, TikTok, or something? People
No,
that's
but now you gave me a rabbit hole to go down tonight.
well, yeah, check it out.
No, I
Yeah, check
definitely
that
will.
out.
It's important. The more we can be well balanced, with everything, the more it's going to help us. And especially with the LED lights, because they're trying to do that everywhere now. And these LED lights, from what I've gathered, it's only because of the research that I've done, is because my best friend, she's fighting. She has melanoma. It started off in her foot, it went all the way up her leg. Now it's in her lungs. And like, I mean, but she's around, like, I mean, I have videos of her apartment complex that she lived in, right? I mean, I shouldn't have over 50 access points. That's hidden SSIDs. That's hidden wireless access points, and also, public facing. And she doesn't. I'm trying to articulate it for her because she's very, very book smart. Um, and she's from Alameda. She's not from Oakland, so she's very book smart, not street smart. Um, and so I'm trying to get it to where she can understand it, because she's the only person, man, that's been helping me, and that alone speaks volumes about who she is, and what kind of heart she has, while everyone else, her family, I mean, they're all being shady while she's fighting cancer. It's like, dude, come on, man. These people crack me up. It's like it's family, But as you get older, right, we realize that we have relatives, and then we have family. If you have kids, that's your family. Thanks,
Hmm.
Linda. Good, good,
Yeah,
good.
man. Man, we was talking about that remote neural monitoring, man. That's what we
What I'm
need to
finding
really
out,
get
though, is that
into,
the
man.
majority of the stuff that I'm getting, it's all sparkling.
Because how
Exactly
can
right.
you even when it pop off, they gonna know what you doing, what you grabbing, what you trying to do to survive, and where your stash is. I mean, just different things. It's
Yep.
how I'm looking at it. Like as far as a survival, like when all hell breaks loose, they're gonna know exactly where the hell you at.
Oh yeah, I'm
You know,
really sevenfold, man, big
and
time.
I'm trying to strategize that myself in my mind. Like okay, well, if it pops off, how am I gonna do this? You know what I mean? Because Big Brother gonna know exactly where I'm at
Always, always.
and what I got and
Uh,
how I'm preparing.
do you spend most of your time, as far as any research and stuff, on your phone, or do you do it from like a tablet or laptop or something?
I do it from all kinds of sources. Public library. I try to switch it up, man. Really, mostly on my
No,
phone though.
public library is good though, because that I mean, they're gonna know regardless, right? But at least it's minimizing. Now, do you have an Android or do you have an iPhone?
Android.
Okay, so if you put your phone in the developer mode, you can actually force your GPS location. Um, and once you do that, I would also recommend too, if you're able to, is getting a VPN, because on top of already strategically moving your GPS location, that's going to throw them off. But also, you get a VPN and you connect to like Russia or Germany or somewhere else. It'll really throw them through a loophole.
Yeah,
But honestly, uh, an RFID bag, that is important. And if you can't, some of them can get expensive. And what I ended up doing is I went to a gun shop and got a military ammo box. That, because it's that metal, it does not penetrate through. So that way, when you do travel, though, you're minimizing it if you even take anything. I would probably recommend not, if you're trying to get off grid or trying to like legit get away. Um,
yeah, you gotta take it nothing. But we're talking about the fact of remote neural
like
monitoring.
now. Right, right. Yeah,
But if it but remote, but is it working off of the towers or is it working off the satellites? I
both.
mean, I know it's yeah, but
It's both, and then also stingrays. Um, uh, if depending on your cell phone provider, like I have AT&T, right? They're one of the shittiest freaking ones. Um, but you can go on their website and you can get their exact cell tower locations, and then there's some apps. There's some apps that you can use, some network tools that'll show you the towers that you're connected to, and these aren't even the AT. Well, at least for me, they're not the AT&T towers. And I try, the cops ain't doing shit. They're just like, well, I mean, are they taking anything? I was like, I'm broke. I mean, it's more of a joke on them if they're going to try to mess me up financially because they've already done that. It's like there's nothing else they can really do. I'm not some rich folk where they can be like, yeah, we've got millions of dollars. Like, I have bad credit. I'm going to leave it that way. I don't give a crap. The IRS can kick my ass. But the stingrays, fake cell towers, and then also if your phone gets slow, starts lagging, and you push your button and it's delayed, that's more than likely is because there's interference between your phone and the clone that they made of your phone. Um,
you said what? Hold on, say that one more time.
so, like, let's say you're pushing like the back button, right? Let's say you're on Facebook or something. You're like, okay, I want to close it. So you push the
Hmm.
back button, right, to kind of like exit out of it. So let's say you have to push that like 3 or 4 times, and it kind of makes you wonder, like, is it your fingers? So you switch hands, like, and then it finally works. So that
Yeah,
delay, that means that there's some type of interference between who is looking, because they made a clone of your phone, plain
yeah.
and simple. And there's some really good informative. Oh, see, look. So right outside our window is this bright ass light, and it's like it goes through the window. It's not even healthy, man. It's fucking so stupid. Anyway, um, it's hard to. I don't want to. It's not that I don't want to tell you, but I know that it has to do with Python. Python is one of the biggest tools for cell phone stuff. Um, that if you're not tech savvy, at least start to get familiar with it because there's some apps that you can run like that's Linux based, and it'll tell you everything that is running. Also, if you guys actually, I'll put my email. If you guys shoot me an email, I can send you a document. It's called and these are all unclassified. Um, I'll tell you right now. I was looking at it earlier, but these are all FBI, CIA, DOD, DHS. Let's see where to go. I mean, I've collected a lot of stuff, and unfortunately, I've been very, very intimidated to even start posting it because I want to make sure that it's legit. Um, but I've been doing it, getting more and more stuff together. I also have proof that the FBI, hello, Agent Smith, asshole, um, they hacked into my stuff. They hacked into my, and I have proof. And I'm not a coder, but I know
Oh yeah,
that they ran a silent executable. Um,
yeah. They've corrupted videos of mine that I've had, audios. Like,
yeah.
you can't keep shit on a cell phone, bro. Like, they'll fuck with it. Like, you have to download that shit onto a flash drive or something right away,
Yep.
while it's still, or put it in a zip file.
And encrypt it. So
Yep.
here it's called Assassin, and it's from the Central Intelligence Agency. Okay, um, and it's 100 and it's 100
Low key,
and
like, it's already late here, like, but like, I'm already kind of like comfortable and laying down, or else I'd be on camera. But like, these
oh,
these
you're good, bro.
this broad that was on earlier, like, she's, I don't know, like, sometimes I feel bad because, like, I don't want to talk negative about anybody, bro, like, honestly, because it's, like, even her, but it's because she's been messed with so much that she doesn't even know, like,
She's
she
broken.
starts stuff with, like, people, bro. And she said, I think one of the comments that I seen was that we all are wearing hats and glasses, and that supposedly we're perps because we're wearing that.
Oh yeah, mine says loyal to the soil, not big pharma, lady.
So I'm just like, dude, whatever. I've always worn a hat and like not glasses, but shades. Like
Right.
the whole time I started my channel, so it's not nothing new. It's not like a fucking entryway and shit, to be a perp. Like,
Right.
dude, you can't discriminate against somebody that just because of the way that they dress. Like you can't prove that they're perp just because of that. Like bring some proof. You know what I mean? Like don't go
No,
accusing people. Like I don't like to be compared to the people that are fucking pedos and
You
that are
know,
fucking doing all
you
kinds
know
of
what a perp?
stupid
I had
shit.
a. I don't know. Go ahead, bro.
Oh no, go ahead, go.
I just
Yeah,
I had a perp, man. This is what a perp does, man. A perp is gonna want to get information out of you. Perp
yeah.
is gonna know where you're
Or
sleeping at
or try to
tonight,
get you
what's your
heated to
more
make you
asking
plans,
like feel
questions than
better.
telling. Yeah.
all kinds of just probing agent questions. They want to know. They want to get information out of you. They
Oh,
want to see where
absolutely.
you're
You
gonna be at
infiltrate. You
tomorrow. What's your
Yeah.
favorite food? What kind of food do you like? And oh,
Yeah,
what
like,
are
oh,
you?
where
What,
would you go if you could get away? Like, I've
yeah.
I've had people say that shit to me a few times. Like, where would you go? Like, if you could get away from here, and it's still like they want to know where I wanted to run to if I ever did want to run.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I would
yeah.
just been like, dude, like, why you asking me? Like, they were so intrigued to know and shit, and I was just like, man, like, to your motherfucking mama's house, fool.
Yeah, they're trying to
Exactly.
report back to their
I'm
masters.
going right
Yeah.
over there, and I'm all over
They're
there,
trying to
bro.
make me that them collard greens. Nah,
You feel me? But that's how you people just don't have like discernment. But then you also got these disinformation agents out here
yeah, I
that
mean,
just
like, I don't
sit
know,
there
dude.
confused.
Like, honestly, I think. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't even want to talk about it, bro, because I could get into it, but I'm gonna just wait for her.
Yeah,
Like, if she wants to start some shit and try to call me a perp or like try to call us a perp, like, if she thinks somebody's a perp on my channel, like, come to me first and tell me what's up, like, show me evidence of it, and then maybe I'll believe some shit. But like, if you want to come like starting like racism stuff, whatever, like, I'm not with that racist stuff. Like, it depends on like how like if somebody's like a racist or somebody's like a evil person, I'm gonna address it either way. You know what I mean? Like I'm gonna talk about it.
yeah.
I'm gonna be like, yo, like this person's rotten. You know what I mean? I don't give a fuck what color skin they are. See, like there's some people they defend their race or like other races just because they like the race. So even if these people are bad people, they'll still be like, oh well, they're our side. So like you can't like talk crap about them. Like, nah, it's equality. Everybody that there's bad people in every race.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So like don't just be like coming over here like because I just recently commented on her channel. I commented on her channel. I'm like, yo, like what's up? Like just saying what's up, like hello, whatever. And then
Hmm.
I guess she sees my live right now, and then she comes over here and she's thinking just because of the stuff that she's going through, like I have something to do with it. Like I'm like,
Are
dude,
you
she's
talking
still.
about the other one, or is that the
Yeah, yeah,
same
that
person?
chick. Yeah,
The
cause
princess one.
Is that
um, yeah,
I forgot her name? Uh,
yeah, her. Well,
Yahweh,
she has like
Yahoo.
three profiles.
Oh, okay,
She goes
okay,
by
okay.
like pretty monotism.
Right, right, right.
Yeah,
Man, I could just off the flip. If you're not trying to get to the kingdom, if you're not trying to, if you if, if you still sowing seeds of discord amongst brethren, if you not following these law, statutes, and commandments, really trying to keep these laws and trying to give the solution instead of keep making problems,
Problems,
I
right?
don't deal. I
Right.
don't
It's
deal,
a waste
man.
of energy.
that's
I don't
right.
deal,
Yeah,
bro.
like, cause like even if people like say like not having to do with us, but if you knew people that are foul, like, do you really want to waste time on them? Like, even though like
Nah.
their what their job is to do is to try to like mess with you. Like
Purposely
yeah, you
sabotage
already
us.
know.
Yeah.
Like it's like Chief Handler. You know what I mean? You
Right,
know that
right.
dude's like always on our channel, like trying to fucking like talk shit
Yeah,
and
he out the
whatever. And it's just
mother.
like, dude, I already know. Like I'm telling him, like you're still alive, bro. Like you're still commenting. Like what? Like I told him, hey, is that your like 100th profile already or what? Like, cause this dude is like
Yo,
constantly like back and back
yo,
again. Like. You know, he gets fed by like putting other people down, and I'm not gonna feed that energy. You know what I
I
mean?
have a
I'm
clue.
not
I have
gonna
a
feed
clue
it.
to where I think he might be from. He says twit. And who says twit?
Oh, like fucking like
Brit,
French and
Brit,
shit or what?
Britain,
Britain, right? Brit,
UK.
yeah.
Right, like yeah, that's
They
the
say
UK slang.
twit,
Yeah,
and yeah. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking these are from over there, man. Or he's from there or
Hey,
something. He
maybe,
uses their
maybe.
lingo. He uses
it's
their
very
lingo.
possible. It's very possible.
But hey,
Hey brother, who you that's talking? What's your name?
G Rock,
Okay, so real quick, the person was it Targeted Tony was talking about Brandon Q. That's the dude from Albuquerque, right?
Brandon Q. Oh yeah, I remember him.
Alok, you had him on live like a couple weeks ago.
For
And
me,
that's when I was like, bro, he's kind of mocking, not mocking, but he's feeding off of what you're telling him instead of him actually giving out some like legit facts. You know what I mean? And so I definitely what targeted Tony saying, I can definitely relate and see in regards to that
What's
because
up, Melissa?
Hey,
yeah,
Hey, how you doing?
I'm
hello,
doing good.
hello,
Well,
listen,
Thanks for joining the live.
you're welcome.
where are you from, Melissa?
California,
Whereabouts? I'm from Santa Barbara.
Riverside.
Okay, all right, that's what's up. Yeah, I'm walking my let's see. This is Radar. He's my he's
Oh
my
yeah.
he's my ride or die, man. He's deaf, but he is on point, and he don't bark at nobody, man. He does not bark at people. He's had dogs snip at him, and he's just like licking at him, like, oh, he's tripping. Ugh, he's definitely my protector. So Melissa,
hey,
how long you been at TI?
13 years.
Whew, how old are you?
wow,
How old are you?
28.
So why do you say 13 years or not longer? And I don't mean it in a challenging way, but one thing I've noticed is that a lot of us that have counted far, it's gone since like way even beyond that. Like, what gave you your something's not fucking right?
I started noticing like back in 2008 when I was in middle school.
Uh-huh.
Like girls at the school were like stalking me and ganging up on me. That's when I
Oh,
started
really?
like noticing weird things. It was back in 8th grade. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I was the people would always tell me a bunch of shit when I was little. What's that? You're good, man. Don't worry, he don't bite. uh, that's what I mean. Like, he doesn't snap at people, but he sees some foul people out, man, and he's already like, uh, but it's sorry, sidetrack. But grade school, elementary school, junior high, high school, like I've always known I was different. So they used to always pick on me. They used to always tell me a bunch of crap. Like I used to be 315 pounds at one point in my life, and so they used to always call me pork chops because I was real fat. And I never let it really bother me too much. But as I got older, I started seeing people's true colors, you know. And my oldest son is 19, and he's a better version of me at that age because I've told him everything that I know, and even he knew that he's been different, you know. Like a lot of people think
Yo,
it's
G
bad.
Rock. Yo, G Rock.
Did he back?
yo, what up, what up, what up?
Hey, you still there? Because I think somebody else wants to join. Are you gonna stick around, or you want to get off
Yeah,
already?
yeah, I can stick around on the comments, bro. If somebody
All
wants to
right,
come
for
in.
sure. Yeah, let me see if I could get him in.
All right, let me see. All right, I'm
I
gonna jump.
got you.
We're brought to you live all the way from California. I'm silly like that. I've gotten past the point of not allowing these low level entities to steal my energy to where I want to condone violence. So instead, I consider it like that saying: as I'm floating down the log of life, I'm just another splinter in your ass. And if we can't beat them per se, we sure as fuck can annoy the hell out of them, right?
What's up, Livy?
Come on. Oh. Hey Melissa, so how big or small is your circle because of all this?
It's pretty small.
Yeah, my circle kind of I mean, even though my best friend, the only person that's helped me in this damn town, despite family and everything else, um, this dog right here has been by me every step of the way the last 2 years. Oh,
Hey, Tilo,
What's up?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I could
can
hear
you hear
you.
me now?
Or do I sound like kind of broken?
You sound like you're in a
Nah,
hall, like a
you're
theater,
good. Or yeah, like a restroom or something.
but it's not bad. It's not bad at all.
No, I'm in my room, but it's pretty empty right now, so it echoes a lot.
So what's up with that
But
guy? You don't like
you
him
don't
or
think
what?
you don't think it's kind of weird that as soon as I told him, I took a screenshot of his face to look him up on the sexual predator registry, he all of a sudden hides and he leaves?
Which one are you talking about?
This dude that we had on earlier
The one
that
that got all
dude.
mad?
Yeah.
Which one is that? Okay.
Yeah. See, I was just putting things out there, and whoever it fits on the boot, it belongs to them. And he
Yeah,
fell for it.
yeah.
And he fell
That-
for it.
Well, I
Sometimes you
guess
gotta
I mean
play
there's
them at
only
their own
one way
game.
to find out. Tell me what you pull up.
I never disrespected him, and I do think that you give these pale faces too much of a platform. When you find out certain perps, you will know that they're the ones that are pretending to be friendly with our people, Hispanic and
They're
melanated
covert.
people. They pretend like they're cool with us only to target us further,
Yeah,
find out about our
sabotage.
families and our children, and they lock up our men and make our women single mothers so that they can leave the children to fend out for themselves. And you can't deny that these psyops are happening against our people. And
It's
in
happening.
order to protect ourselves from that, we must segregate ourselves from them. That has nothing to do with me being racist. They do that for themselves. So why can't we do that for ourselves? Now, I understand there's Mexican people that we have Spanish lineage, and that's part of the Rh negative bloodlines, which tends to be white people because the Spaniards are white overall and they rape the Aztecs, so we're pretty much mutts. So we have to go along with the commandments to really use our discernment. And if these white people are pretending to get along with our Hispanic men and women to further target us, that's when our discernment comes from our bloodline. And I shouldn't be disrespected because I want to be like that. That is our way of protecting ourselves.
Your culture,
I hear you.
your roots. Yeah,
No,
I hear you though.
no, it's not just culture. It has to do with bloodlines. You have to find out your bloodline, whether you're an O positive or an O negative, because you can be culturally rich, but your bloodline will still, like, what you feel inside is still going to dictate who you go along with. That's why there's Hispanic men that will leave their baby mamas that are Mexican and they're brown, and they'll leave them for a white girl because it's in their bloodline. They probably have more Spaniard. So like the guy in the cap, how he was saying, well, he's German or he's this or that. He can have something where opposites attract, and he can be into Hispanic girls. But since he has that bloodline, he's always going to give them the benefit of the doubt. And we're living in these end times where we cannot even give them the benefit of the doubt because we're risking ourselves. We are past that time when we gave them a benefit of the doubt, and they have been running psyops on our people. That's why all of our men are locked up. and there's a bunch of single mothers, but they'll blame the women first, but they won't ever confirm and they won't ever say how they lock up our men over petty misdemeanors while they help the drug addicts that are white. They'll help them with classes through insurance. Why are Mexican people still immigrants in this country when we have helped it support for these citizens to be on disability so they can further sell drugs to our children? And then we're past giving them the benefit of the doubt. They have to prove themselves. We don't need to prove them, or we don't need to give them a platform. So I was just throwing things out there, not directing it to anyone, and the boot fit too well on him, and he
You're making an
left.
observation. You were making an observation. You have the right
I
to.
was
And
definitely
that's good.
making an observation,
Yeah.
and
Right.
the demon in him got offended. It's something that he can't even understand himself. It's a
Well, he
spiritual
was the only
thing.
white dude
The
on here
demon in
though.
him got offended, and he
So
called me a bitch. He called me all these words, but I never disrespected him. I never meant anything towards him. But the demon in him got rebuked, and that's why it's important to call out the demon and bring out the bloodlines that he might be related to. And if he has nothing to do with that, then it wouldn't affect him the way that it did.
No, you're absolutely right. And I mean, speaking for myself and my bloodlines, because I have a lot. And because you're talking about the Spaniards and being mutt and stuff, like I'm a mutt.
yeah,
I'm
I
the
got some
youngest. I'm
Spaniard
the
too.
youngest of four boys, and another one with brown eyes. You know what I mean? Like, but uh, but
My
regardless of the
mother
name,
has more of a Spaniard lineage to herself, and she can't stand me. Since I was a little girl, she tried making me get highlights, do blonde hair,
to
lighten
be
my
more
skin.
American, right? To
Yeah,
be
to
more
be more
American, yeah.
Americanized. And I never was able to get along with her because of that. So I understand that us as Hispanic people that we're mutts, but we have to pick the side that we want to be in. I don't want to be on the wrong side, so I'm going to follow the commandments, and the commandments is telling me that I have to segregate myself from the bloodlines that have caused much evil through our to our people.
Right? Because that's not you. That's not who you are.
Right. And if I was willing to do that with my own family, it's easier to do it with strangers.
Oh hell yeah!
Especially if we really want to make a difference, then you have to call it out. And online is where it starts, because so, since the whole COVID started, everyone is online.
They're all
Everybody's
computer
picking at each
gangsters.
other
They're all
online.
keyboard gangsters. Yeah, they're all keyboard gangsters.
Yeah,
Uh,
and I don't mean to judge people based off of like
Speaking
wearing
of
caps and
city planning,
glasses or
right?
nothing like that, but it is a it is a tactic that we can call out and then just see how they react.
Well, it's our
Because
freedom of speech too that they're trying to
because
evoke from
there's
us.
yeah, you can just call it out. So that's why I said, oh, there's all these glasses and caps and things like that, and then whoever disrespects you for it, then they get offended because they know you know already.
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes
So it's like,
we gotta be
yeah,
polite and let them know certain things. 'Cause
the trash gets taken out on its own, and it's very critical when there's technology being used right now to trick our own people. Like they're using fake profile pictures of black men. They even go out of their way to wear masks of black men. They're using voice changers to sound Hispanic and black, and I've gotten tricked like that. They pretend to be a black and Hispanic man, and who are these people behind doing it? It's the white man. So they can't get mad at me for accusing them of the things that they're being caught doing, and they know their time is over, so they're relying on technology to be able to fool our people, and we have to call it out. And as men, you shouldn't get mad at me for calling it out. Same thing when I mentioned about the graphene, the shungite, and the activated charcoal.
with the
These are
sparkle.
all minerals that come from rich continents like Brazil, Mexico, um, Egypt, Africa. That's where all I want to say the Aztecs, but it's even older. It's the Olmecs, the ones that built the pyramids. That's how they had their conductivity, through having these conductive materials built in their pyramids, and they would absorb these things and take them in, and that's how they're able to absorb the sun rays. But the people that are related to Rh negative bloodlines, these remedies aren't going to work on them on the same way that it's going to work on us. What it actually does is it gives they absorb the karmic energy that is floating around to get to them. And what all they can do really is rebuke the demons inside of them, but they refuse to do so. So then they get the karmic energy back, which consists of genetic diseases. And they made up the whole COVID thing, saying that people are going to die from that. But what they're actually dying of is not being able to absorb the conductive sun rays that is actually positive radiation. They're not able to absorb it. So the perps are talking bad on graphene, shungite, and activated charcoal because they are trying to stop our brown and melanated people from taking it. And that's the type of stuff we need to take to be able to protect ourselves, because the chemtrails are blocking the sunlight, and they're doing that to protect themselves because they are unable to absorb the radiation that's conductive from the sun. There's good radiation and there's bad radiation. The radiation that comes from the sun is conductive. That's why it makes things grow. The radiation that comes from the router of Wi-Fi, it skips the dimension that the most holiest high is in. He's in the fourth dimension, and they're trying to speed us up to the fifth dimension and skip his dimension. So we have to get on the right frequency, and that
If you
means.
guys are not speaking, could you mute your mic because it's making like
Yeah, my
what's
bad.
it called?
But yeah, I mean, I appreciate you letting me come on and explain myself, because I know on the comments I just like throw a lot out there, but I do it for the same reason, just to see who reacts, and the ones that react negatively to me, they're the perps, and that's it.
Well, that's why I brought you on because I know you from the past, so like I just try to help people,
Yeah, that's good. I'm just saying you give them too much of a benefit of the doubt, and there has to be a time
He's
where
the
you're
only
gonna have
dude
to
that I know,
segregate yourself from them.
Mm. Well, he's the only guy that I know though.
But
That's the only,
don't you
yeah.
think that's a problem too, though? If he's the only one you know, that's not good either. Like, if you're gonna give people the
Well, but
benefit of the
that's why I'm
doubt,
looking for
you
our
need to
people,
give
but
everyone.
I mean, they're not looking for us. Like I give everybody a chance, and I don't see anybody, even our people that are targeting us. You know what I mean? Everybody's targeting everybody.
Well, the way that he reacted, it should give you some sort of discernment into whether you want to keep trusting him or not.
Yeah, the certain language. I mean, again, it's there's
And,
you can obviously agree to disagree about certain things with people, but once you start using disrespectful aspects of it, like calling someone a bitch, and it's like, dude, I mean, that's just your opinion on certain things. That's why I said, well, my hat says loyal to the soil because I hate big pharma. But like and even Tony was like, yeah, he's following. Okay, hey, we have to uplift each other.
pe- people need to stop being so butthurt to talk about races. Like, it exists, and we need to find out what bloodline a certain person is to get an idea of what that person is going to be saying. Like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Hey, so I don't even know what bloodline I am. Would the doctors even give me the right results, or could I test it myself?
You should kind of feel it in yourself. I think you should know what you are. Like, look up the bloodlines, and what are the statistics, and what are the symptoms of having a certain bloodline. I knew what blood type I was before I even went to the doctor. I already knew what I was, and I was correct. So
You knew because what, your family, right? Your family was telling you.
no, it's mostly based off of what you like what you like to
Oh,
eat, your cravings, certain things that your characteristics. You can go based off of that. Like my mom, like I said, to me, she has negative characteristics. Her wanting to do her hair blonde, and negative things that go against her native spirit. That to me tells me she's more of a negative, RH negative factor. I was never like that, so I knew I had something to do with O positive, and I was right.
So you know a lot about that stuff.
Yeah, I like to know about bloodlines and facial futures and the psychology behind that. And once you find out about that, you already kind of know what kind of psyops are going to be sent towards you. So you know what to look out for.
Right. If you're up for it, I'd really like for you to take a look at my genealogy with my bloodlines. Because again, I'm a mutt. I have everything in me. I have everything in me.
Well, it's the thing. Mostly Mexicans are mutts, and since you already said there's German and British, usually if your mom is the one that carries that, when she has a son, the son carries it. When a daughter is born, she gets what's from her father. That's kind of how that works.
Sorry, it cut off. I do apologize, but
Yeah,
keep talking.
like I was saying, I guess a good way to know is like when a mother has British or German in her, like the way that you mentioned,
Uh
when
huh.
she has a son, the son carries that. And usually when it's a daughter, the daughter carries what the father has.
Yeah, she had 4 boys, and I have 2 boys.
And
Um,
sometimes her bloodline will skip a
a
generation. So
generation.
yeah, so you might get what she has, but then the next brother might get more of what the father has. So it has to
Right.
do a lot with that. And then you could also look up your facial features, like your toe, your nose, your ear, also any genetic problems. Like I have a brother that has light green eyes, and he already wears glasses. That's very RH negative of him. It's not an O positive thing. So I would recommend him to be with a very Hispanic girl so his babies can come out healthy. But then once he does that, he should also know that his children are going to be targeted because of those bloodlines being mixed. That's what they don't want. That's why they want Hispanic men to date white women, and then what eventually happens is that the white women will have their children, and then they'll start being bad moms, and they'll lose the kids on purpose, and they'll get paid for that through the foster system. They don't never love brown men like how
Man,
brown women love our brown men.
see, and this is why I'm very thankful for these types of conversations because my my
Yo,
who's
Libby, your
is that
frequency is so loud, yo.
All right,
um
there.
my
I turned
so
it down.
my oldest is
I
19,
I
right?
heard that one already.
My youngest is almost 3, and his name is Jacob. And my son, right where his penile gland is, he has a vein that's in a heart shape. I know he's definitely been very very blessed with that, and even my great aunt was just like, he's a special one, and I'm just like, thanks. But you're talking about how the system divides us and everything, and that's exactly what I'm dealing with right now. And there was a lot of things where she was allowing other people to kind of corrupt the relationship that her and I had. And like I don't condone violence. I don't condone any man hitting a woman, or even mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, none of that. And to this system, they make me look like a monster, all because I've been using words. And I don't mean putting down words either. I'm just like trying to let her know, like, hey, those people aren't really your friends, because I don't drink. And when I'm around people who drink, like, I also have big ears and I pay attention to a lot of stuff. But like, when people drink, they don't understand that people who are sober, or at least not drunk, like, they can hear what the hell they're saying. And she immediately starts defending them. Like, I'm not trying to tear her apart from anybody. That's her own choice. But I want to at least warn her. And if I can't be there right next to her to protect her and my son, she's looking
Well,
at going back east on me.
that's the unfortunate thing is that we're dealing with a government now that
Yeah.
will actually give rights to the bad parent just to be able to run psyops on that child.
Well, so check this out. So you're talking about
It's
psyops?
getting to that point. It's getting to that point. Like I would never even dare to put child support on an ex of mine because I know that the court will grant him rights, and they'll try to get to my child, especially because I know my son, since he's a son, he has more of what I am, which is what they fear. They fear men that have a good mentality, especially in our community. So
So,
women need to
oh
stop
man.
being greedy and stop trying to put their exes on child support, because that's just going to open a door for them to run psyops on our children.
She doesn't.
Yep.
Check this out. She doesn't even want child support from me, which so that even makes me feel more like there's something more that she's not saying. And so check this out. So you're talking about how the whole covert psyop stuff. So I don't know if you heard me talk about one of my brothers who's already dead, right? Well, his girlfriend, she has a PhD in cognitive psychology, and where my son is going to right now is a private school. It's a Montessori. Now, Montessori, she's like the director there. So check this out. You'll see this. You guys will see this picture. So Montessori school, the board district just hired um, a new board of directors. One of the board of directors is a former either Raytheon or Lockheed Martin, right? Not a school education system, a government weapons defense system, right? He was like a CEO or something up in that company, a government contracted, and now he's working for the school system, a private school system. And then their number two that they hired works. He has X amount of years working for Radius Property Management. So tell me, what is someone who's contracted with the government and has a long history of real estate and property have to do with the education system?
Yeah, and it's happening. That's the type of stuff that I'm trying to say. Like they're running psyops on children while they're in school, and
Yeah,
because of the whole COVID epidemic, it just slows things down to actually go and check up on them. So like, it's important to homeschool, and these kind of women that put their children through the lake of fire, they don't always need to put the child on child support. I mean, the father or the ex on child support. They can just do it on their own and just benefit from it on their own.
right.
And then they just always accuse the ex with either locking them up or doing something petty, like saying that he tried to hit her or something.
I think she's being groomed, though, honestly, because there's just so much stuff in this where I'm from in Santa Barbara that like everyone doesn't want to talk about it, and I don't care. I don't give a shit. Like I have my kids, you know what I mean, and I have my nieces and nephews, and the future generations. They're relying on us, and I mean, people want to be quiet. That's their deal. I don't care. But like, she's totally. It just sucks because I've scared her, because I start telling her about the Freemasons and the Scottish rites and all this other stuff, and so it starts freaking her out. So she doesn't want me around my son because she feels like I'm going to be more of a threat if I'm in the picture. So it hurts. It really hurts, But spiritually, my son connects with me, and I know that one day this will all be over, and I'll be with them again, and but right now it's that slippery slope. And my name's Michael David, like I mean, there's so many things, like so many coincidences, and my birthday, even. It's just,
Yeah, they also, I think they like to find out the energy that a certain birth date gives, and they're into stuff like that. Like there's
um,
multiple reasons why they target someone, but
yeah, it's all my brothers though. So it's something. It's got to be something more along the line in my mom's side, because my two oldest brothers, they're from my mom's first husband. So, but they've been targeting us all, like. And it's a trip too, because before both of my sons were conceived, I got in a car accident with their mom, and both times, honestly, I should have freaking died. Like one of them was I should have gone off the cliff, and I didn't. Like I know our guardians have been watching, watching over me and stuff, which is I'm very thankful for. But it's just like, man,
that
it's like how
that's
many more
that's
coincidences?
that's something that when I had my original channel, I was trying to speak about, because the Most High gave us a way to be able to protect and defend ourselves, and a lot of those people do witchcraft. So it's in our right to rebuke them in order for that witchcraft to return back to them. And we're not actually, I don't feel like as TIs, we're actually doing it. We're just speaking on what they do, and we're fueling the fear. And if we would speak about the things they do and then give an actual remedy on how to combat it, and then actually do it, maybe not just speak about it but actually do it, and it'll reverse. And a lot of that has to do with taking the shungite and graphene, because you can order graphene and powder and make it into a paste with coconut oil, and then that stays in your system for several days. I even told Tilo to do this so many times. I don't know if you ever listened, but you make a paste out of these conductive materials that consist of carbon, and then you use semiconductors and also um, copper to protect yourself. And you have to actually say rebuke prayers before you leave the house, before you enter your car. When you buy a car, you have to bless it. Not all, there's cars that have belonged to very evil people, and they're
Yeah.
full of bad energy. So when you go
Yep.
in that car and you don't pray for yourself, you don't bless the car,
You gotta
it
cleanse it.
starts all over. So we need to keep doing that. Like, the rosary is used to pray every single bead. And when people use the rosary to just wear it as jewelry, we're actually making fun of this Jehovah's father, his son's death. So if you're gonna use something, use it for what it's meant for, not just wear it just to look cool in it. And all that comes together is the prayers of rebuke together with the technology, because not all technology is bad, but they are using the technology for bad things. Like even Alexa, when you go on Google and you ask her a question, if you ask her to help you and go out after someone, she will do that.
Right.
That's why I told that guy, what's your name? Or let me take a picture and I'll put it on Google and I'll find out if you're on the sexual predator list. Because we have such a persistent algorithm that it can do that for you if you ask for it. And
Yeah.
if you use prayers to direct Alexa on the algorithms, she will do that. But she's being taken advantage right now and is being used by the bad people because they know the things that I'm telling you, but they rather put fear in people and say technology is bad. Well, then how come they don't say 5G is bad? Because we don't even need that fast internet, but they're trying to skip the dimension that the Most High is in, and He's on a slower dimension, a quieter one. If you turn off the music and just listen to everything, you'll listen to things from further away. That's how you know that the frequencies have been raised higher. Now you're either on that same frequency, or if you're on a low frequency, that's what people are getting sick from, because they're on a low frequency, unable to absorb the conductive sun rays. So then any virus that's outside, it actually gets to them because they don't have red cells that have turned into white cells to fight off these viruses. So that's why we need to take the charcoal to be able to detox, but then you need to recharge with prayers.
Oh, it's so powerful. People don't understand that either. I mean, they talk about witchcraft and this and that. It's the same as prayer, it's just in a different format. You know what I mean? And like, so, God, here I want to tell you something in regards to the 5G, because just not too long ago, um, uh, JFK's nephew, brother, one of the Kennedys, just won a huge case. Let me find it. Talking about 5G, and the courts actually ended up admitting that he was right. And so that's just one small step. You know what I mean? Like to start this wave, because once people start getting on this train, so to speak, of like, hey, like this is actually wrong, and it's like, and you look at a Kennedy, I mean, his entire family, they've been trying to kill, you know what I mean? Like, 5G.
Well, I try not to focus on celebrities or even politicians because they're all inverted. If you look up the bloodlines of the presidents, they are all RH negative. So when they're RH negative, what that actually means is that they're That's what I found, is that they're missing a cell that is able to produce red blood cells. So that's why they get sick faster, and they're trying to mix with brown people more to be able to save that bloodline themselves. And they're also more prone to be inverted, like transgender.
Do you think that's why more of like the Hueritos and stuff, like they try to intermingle with the Hispanics,
Oh yeah, definitely.
even if they're racist? That makes sense.
Yeah, because they're trying to save their bloodline, and the only way to do that is to get with something more native, because the frequencies are not, they're not clicking up with anything that's negative. There needs to be some positive in the bloodline to be able to make a good connection, and it's glitching out. They're glitching out.
That makes a lot of sense.
So they rather have you have it COVID. And what COVID actually is, it's a deficiency from being unable to play that high frequency, from being unable to absorb the conductive radiation from the sun.
Yeah, and COVID was also the first outbreak was in 2012 in the United Kingdom. But COVID is a SARS. It's another form of SARS, because every 2 years we always have this outbreak, right? And COVID was the newest one. There's been Ebola, there's SARS, there's one other one, and it's been kind of like this repetitive pattern. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not a smart person, like when it comes to like school stuff, but like I always saw patterns, and that's one thing I noticed right away, because people are like, they call it COVID-19 because that's when it came out, and these people are teachers, you know, and I kind of had to respectfully kind of like say, hey, here's some websites you might want to take a look at it, teacher, you know, like,
There was a time that I looked up the gematria behind the whole name of COVID-19, and it gave a lot of indication to the numbers 9 and 11. And I know, like, the simple minded will think, oh, well, it has something to do with the 9/11 date. But no, what they're actually targeting is people with a life path number of a 9 or 11. It was like a call out.
what do you mean by a path number, or what?
A life path number. So like you do the you find out the life path energy of your birth date, and you have a life path number. And I think that the life path number consists of whether your parents made love and you were born with a high energy, or if they just did it for the F of it and the person comes out with a low energy. So they're after the children that were born out of love, not out of lust.
Hey, Libby, you don't hear the background?
Yeah, yeah.
Is
Oh,
it
It's bad.
is it my phone?
I don't know what to do.
Let me see what I can do.
Hold on.
Yo,
Is that better?
yo. Oh, it's still the
Oh,
fuck?
my dog's chewing on his bone right now too. So I can't even yell at him. He deaf ass.
All right, hold up. Hello. What the hell? I gotta get out somewhere.
Check. Bueno, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, cheque.
All right, do I sound better?
You sound awesome.
All right,
Okay.
thank you.
But look, before I start glitching out again, let me share a prayer for everyone in here to feel protected and empowered, because I feel that every time we come across good, positive information that might help someone out, they get mad. So we need to protect ourselves. And this is a prayer that I put together And if you guys are able to memorize it in time, it turns into a positive frequency. So I'm going to say it now.
Hold on, real quick. I hate to interrupt.
Okay.
Is it long? And the only reason I'm saying that is because I was going to be like a tech little nerdy and type it as you say it.
You can it's kind of long, but it's simple. If you
Okay.
just remember the basics of it,
Yeah.
or you can also put the microphone and hopefully it texts it on its own.
If
Like
not, I
just
can ask for it. Yeah, for sure. But go ahead. Sorry, I
okay.
didn't mean to interrupt.
Okay. To those that tempt you and do wrong unto them like they have unto you, know that he the Holy One has spoken in Romans 12:19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, and I will repay, saith the Holy Father Jehovah. And when the sinner responds with hatred, racism, threats of violence, and falsely bears witness against thee, remember our Holy Father Jehovah has spoken to them and has cursed them with Matthew 25:40. And the Holy King Father Jehovah shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, inasmuch as you have done to me, you have done to my brethren, yet then have done unto me. They have cursed themselves. They have cursed themselves into eternity for coming against me. Matthew 21:45 states, Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me. You are cursed into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. For the angels curse the liars, child abusers, settlers, and for eternity. Amen. So that's just it's a rebuke, and I have other simple ones, but I just wanted to put that one because I promised that other person that I would, even though he ran. But it's mostly for protection, for if you ever want to say it before you go out, and it'll protect you because that scripture has all to do with protecting ourselves and rebuking the bad guys. So the angels have a job to do, and if we ordain them and tell them and ask them for their help, they will be there.
They're always with us. Absolutely.
Right. But we have the authority over them, and we have to ask them to help us. And I'm going to leave you guys now. I'll let you guys because I don't really like being up this late, but I appreciate you guys hearing me out, and I'm doing better now, T-Log. I know those people are always going to be stalking, but they just don't like me online. They don't like me sharing my ideas. But if you ever get a chance to ever find real ones, tell them about the shungite paste, the charcoal to detox, and the revocation prayers that basically it activates the the good stuff that's inside of us, because everybody has bad things inside of them. Like as empaths, when we walk outside, we absorb some of those demons. So we constantly need to be use your revocation prayers. So I'll let you guys go, and you guys have a good night.
Many
All right.
blessings
Thanks
to
for coming
you.
on.
Okay, good night.
Good night. Savage.
She's smart, brother.
Yep. I talked to her
That's
a while back, but we had a falling out, and then she I don't know what's going on right now, but I'll talk to her in a bit.
what's up. No, she's see that, and that's the thing is knowledge is power, man, and she's very right. Words are powerful, and it's. I mean, shit, dude. We all have our
I'm just
days. You know
trying
what
to
I
be on the
mean?
right track, bro. That's all I know. Like whatever I have to do, I'm for it. You know what I mean? Like so
Yeah.
if she's on the
Well,
right track, then whatever.
yeah. It's having the way she speaks is very very like soothing. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if I'm saying it right without like she's you could tell she's very passionate about it, and she's learned how to approach it Because what do all these perps want, right? They want us to react, and she's definitely trained herself very well to respond, and that's kind of what we have to all do for each other, because hey, bro, like shit, we fall, we got to help each other up because ain't no perp gonna help us up. You know what I mean? Like, period, period. And it's like we come from nothing,
Mm.
so we ain't trying to gain nothing in this world. We're trying to gain our seat to be back home. Like,
Yeah.
oh man, and this life's a trip, man, and I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand. And they're just so caught up into I need this, I need that, I have to get the newest Jeezys, or I don't know, whatever the hell the new shoe fad is, and you know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's, I mean, it's like, I can show you right now. Like these shoes right here, even though my dog got them all dirty, they're $22 on Amazon. These things are light. I'm flat footed. They work great. Ain't no Nikes. Ain't
Yeah, I
nothing
think I've
else like
seen
that.
those before.
They're comfortable, bro, and they're light. But it's like money's the root of all evil, but it sucks because we kind of need it to survive, but not to the greedy wealth like the elite have. How they, we're praying for people while they're preying on us. And when they
Right.
prey on us, that's just like, all right, well, I guess, what is it? Like Warren G would say, bound up. And I do believe it's going to happen in our lifetime, bro. It's going to happen
Yeah.
in our lifetime. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be exposed, especially
Exactly. A
by
lot of things.
within the next couple years, man. And
I
people,
just want I want to see the end game, because I know that there's obviously a good force, there's good and bad, and I know if the evil is trying so hard to keep the good down, like imagine how powerful we really are.
right?
You know
And
what
that's
I
why I
mean?
say we might be small, but we are mighty, and they know that. They know that.
Right.
That's why they don't
So
want us collaborating. That's why they keep trying to throw off these things. And I'm so glad you text me, bro, because like I checked my phone and I checked my tablet, and I got no notifications that you were live.
yeah, that's why, bro. Like that's why I just message people. I
Oh,
tell them, show me your number, and like I try to be like on point, so like everybody could join up, because I don't want anybody to miss a chance to be able to speak out and
right.
and get those little nuggets that you might put a piece of the puzzle together and you'll be like, you know what? Dang, that's exactly what I needed to hear, or now I know what
Yeah.
I need to do, you know what I mean? So it's like you get that direction, bro.
Oh, it's mandatory. And you talk about nuggets, bro. So if everything goes right, bro, I'm bringing your ass with me because there's a lot of things that I'm being called to unravel. You know what I mean? And they know my financial situation, and I'm not gonna go out and I'm not gonna ask people, hey, try to like panhandle or whatever. But like, there's a lot of places that won't even. Thank you, buddy. There's a lot of places that won't even mess with me, because they're like, oh no, no, he's too outspoken. Like we can't hire him, even though I'm qualified. Oh, thank you, buddy. Um, but if everything's
So,
going,
I
if
mean,
everything
there's
goes
seven
away,
people
bro,
online
you're
right
gonna
now,
have to
but
come to Central California for
this
at least a
person
week
right
or
here is
two.
trying to reach out. She's saying, or uh, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, or I think it's a she. I'm not sure. She's
Um,
saying that she wants to get in touch with people, like-minded people. So if anybody can see the comments, like you're
oh,
welcome to join these lives that I do. We usually do them. I try to do them as frequent as I can, but
did they write it in the
I can
comments
drop
of
my
Hey, buddy.
my phone number here.
Hey, no, thank you, thank you. Oh, remember I was telling you about the here's the other thing that I was telling you about. Doing it backwards. So this is supposed to take out okay, buddy. This is supposed to take out the EMF, like, because it has some ionized recharge something with the magnet. And so what I end up doing is I put them inside my hat, right? Kind of like how you would your headphones, and I put three. Thank you, bud. Thank you. Look at this mean dog right here. Damn smiles, McGee. But yeah, we it's collaborating is must, bro. And as soon as I get my wheels back up and running, dude, I'm making my way down there because I definitely need your help. I'm trying to put some things together because you already have all this
Hey,
experience,
look,
you
check
know.
this out. I got this phone that I haven't been able to connect it, but it's called a Pine phone. It runs off Linux. I
Yeah, yeah,
haven't
yeah,
even
yeah,
like
yeah.
Yeah, I haven't even connected it, bro. And I think like since you're into tech and I'm kind of into tech too, like I haven't really dabbled too much with it, but I know I can get the hang of it real quick because I've already tried doing
I
scans
got you, brother. I
and
got
like,
you.
looking up IP addresses and everything. So like, if
I
you could
got
do
you.
something with it, bro, it's literally collecting dust right here. Like it's
Oh,
like a little
bro,
computer in your hands, bro.
what did that run you?
What was that? What?
How much did it cost?
Oh,
Not
it costs like 2 bills, bro.
that's
It
and that
costs like 250, but it's old
compared to
now,
the
so
new
like
phones, you know what I mean?
it
Like that's
you can
nothing.
sell it probably for like $100.
Well,
But
remember,
like if like I could just I'll shoot it to you, and then when you get some money, maybe you could just kick me down or something.
brother, like I said, if everything goes well, I'm gonna bring your ass to Central California with me because the
I
way the
mean,
earth.
people have been trying to tell me to go here, go there, like
I
inviting
don't
me.
mean to
I'm just like,
relocate.
man, I
I
don't
mean, if
know.
you want to, but I'm talking about for work, bro.
All
I
for
mean,
work, yeah.
yeah, like, and I'm talking, it would be just me and you, like just straight grind mode. And because like Homegirl was talking about with metals, right? I've been doing a lot of prospecting because the way the things that calm me, right, is I chase the sunrises and sunsets at the beach and the mountains. Well, there's a lot of history and there's a lot of silver mines that were in Santa Barbara County. And there's some areas that I've stumbled upon that I keep getting drawn to it. Something about the energy in that area, and the more research that I've been doing, it's talking about
Oh,
because our aura and our energy that we have within us, it's drawn to other metals, and certain metals like copper protects us. And what's bigger than copper is gold. Now, this isn't going out and like this is straight legit stuff. Like this isn't like how like our
yeah,
government
yeah,
goes out and
exactly.
take
I mean,
people.
I've looked into like people, look like different types of precious metals and stuff like that, or like crystals. Like I've seen people dig up some pretty crazy stuff, and I'm just like, yo, like if you know what you're doing, you can make some money, bro. But the thing is that these old fucking caves and shit, like you gotta be careful because they could collapse, or you could get fucking run into something you might not know what the fuck is in there. So
And and and
you gotta
and
you gotta
I haven't
fucking make
gone in
sure
a cave yet.
you're well prepared.
Right. I won't go in a cave, but the way that the earth is moving with the foundation underneath, um, somewhere in California. So I don't know. A lot of people don't know, but like California used to be an island, right? Before
Mm,
all the
okay.
explorers found America and all that, like it used to go out further. And if you ever like go on Google Earth, not Google Maps, but Google Earth, and you look at it from like the super high bird's eye view of it, you can see like the way the earth in the water is starting to break and form. Well, the reason a lot of that's doing that, and some of the beaches around here, like Aguas Calientes, it's hot water. Well, why do they call it hot water in the cold ocean? You know what I mean? Like, so you start putting two and two together, and there's a couple of really solid areas, bro, that I've gone to, and I haven't been able to go for the last month because as the coastline is deteriorating, it's exposing stuff even more. And I'll shoot you a text, bro, because I don't want to say too much on this. You know what I mean? But like, I already have some very solid material, and I have all the prospecting stuff. I have sluice boxes. I have metal detector. I got it all, bro. Like
Hey, that sounds pretty dope.
so, and the only thing we need is rain because we can't do it without running water. The creeks are dry,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
because of my
you
situation,
need that
like I
wash,
can't be. Yeah,
gotta have that
exactly.
wash.
So and I mean it's man, bro, because I can't do it by myself. I can't do it by myself. Like for a couple months straight. Like I mean, the dog he's protecting me at night, but he's not carrying anything. But there's this one big huge piece of metal ore, bro, and it's like it's at least 3 feet long and about 2 to 2.5 feet wide. So it's almost like a football-ish. Bro, that thing is almost it was like 120 pounds of solid metal ore. And I don't have the right, I did not have the right tool, at least at that time, to break it open because my chisel and everything out, like I mean, it was breaking it. So it's solid metal. It's not some like like the zincs and in the lighter metals that break down, like once
Right.
you start like hammering at it. So there's already some high grade copper. There's some traces of silver and there's some traces of gold. And once I can actually open up these things even more, oh, bro, like it's it'll get us out of it'll be able to get us out of our slump, as far as the financial aspect without needing to worry about, feeling like we have to lower ourselves to a bunch of the Masonics and all this other fucking secret shit, like we're able to talk about what we represent without needing to keep it on the hush. You know what I mean? Because we shouldn't have to. We're not trying to harm people. We're trying to help people. We're trying to bring awareness. We're trying to make people wake the f up. And people will learn little by little. But I'm all about it, bro. And again, shit, your channel alone, it's helped me a lot. And when I win, you win type of stuff, man. We gotta always look after each other. I told you everyone
Hey
else
man,
that
I'm all for it. Whatever makes, whatever helps us make it. You know what I mean? Like,
hell yeah.
I mean, like, except, falling for this, their crap that they have to do to us, like that's something I'll
Right.
never stoop down to. But to go work and have to break a sweat or have to get my hands dirty, you know what I mean? Like, I don't mind, going out there. But,
Yeah.
like, I'm
It's
gonna continue to help people one way or another, bro. And like,
heck yeah, bro.
I've already learned to, to be able to like, use my feet and use my head to like, to figure things out. So there ain't really nothing too much that scares me, So I'm just like, I'm for it. I'm for it,
No, and that's one thing too is like once I finalize, because I have a whole list, dude, of everything that I want to talk about on top of the evidence and the intel that I've gathered with like the IP searching. And I have the proof on my old phone that broke, the things that were running in it. There was, I don't have anything Apple wise, right? And on my Android phone, you can run a Linux. It's not like the Pine phone, but you can run a Linux software on it or run scripts.
right?
And it started telling me everything that was actively running. And there was Apple products that were on my Android phone. So that even
Yeah,
furthers, that like how much they're trying to mess with us, and they're trying
dude.
so hard. Like,
Man,
have
I
you?
mean, I stopped using the iPhone because honestly, I felt like the iPhone was worse than the fucking Android
Right?
because
Well,
of
like,
the information that it collects. It has more sensors. It has like everything it has. They're gonna use all those tools to pretty much target you with and surveil you.
right.
So when I would use this phone, I was like, bro, like what the fuck? Why am I getting hit more? I'm getting
It's
hit
because
more. So
of
I said, you know
ambient
what? I just
backscatter.
bought this phone, which was a mistake. And I said, I'm not fucking using iPhone anymore. Like I'm not using no advanced phones. Like all the phones that I get are like several years old. They're
Right.
like like a few generations from the beginning of smartphones. Like
See,
they still
and
have
that's
a
my
removable
problem. Is I
battery.
totally agree with you too. But like the phone that I have right now, it's a Note 20 Ultra, and the only reason why I got it is because of the 50 times zoom that's built into the camera.
Oh, what?
Because when these perps are trying to freaking stalk from far away, bro, I'll show you when I see you, bro. Like that's the only reason why that. And it
Yeah,
has a
that would have
hundred.
probably been a reason for me too.
Oh, bro.
The
I mean,
50
like
times
like
zoom.
when you
Yup.
go to the park, I mean, you can zoom in, like, man, bro. And the screen refresh is 120 hertz a second, as opposed to 60 hertz a second. So when it refreshes faster, and you look at stuff like this, like when the clouds and stuff, like you start seeing these things in super slow motion that you would our normal eyes
Wouldn't
wouldn't
catch with
see.
their natural vision, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
All
only
right.
reason why I got it. But I hate it because of the fact that it's new and they keep forcing all these damn updates on it. It's like I don't want the updates. Like I just want the phone for the zoom, and I want to be able to use the high screen fresh resolution because that stuff has honestly helped me a lot. But I don't like using the damn phone because Big Brother's watching everything. But
Yeah, I mean, especially iPhone, like the Note 20. I mean, that's Samsung, right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, I have a Samsung right now. I have a Samsung J7.
Hmm.
It's like an older model. So like, I mean, it's cool though. Like, I wouldn't mind having a better phone if I wasn't, obviously if I wasn't getting, messed with. But I can
Right,
feel certain things, bro. Like I can feel like when I power my phone on, I can feel my phone trying
right
to
away.
connect to my brain, bro. Like,
Hmm.
and I'm just like, dude, that shit doesn't feel right, bro. Like, I'm not a fucking robot. Like, fuck you. Don't fucking connect to me. Like, if anything, like, you know, I control your ass. You don't control me. You know what I mean? Like,
Right,
I use
and they're
you.
and
If
they're
I
trying
don't
to
use you,
manipulate it.
you don't exist. Like,
Yeah,
if technology can exist all day, right? But if we're not using it, if we're not coexisting with it, it doesn't exist,
right.
right? So if you just pretty much don't acknowledge it, if you don't make it part of your life, it's not gonna have an impact, you know?
Well,
So,
when I go to your neck of the woods, we'll be able to get a bird's eye view of these perps too.
oh, what is that? Oh, drone?
Yeah, it can go about a mile and a half,
Oh, all
and
right,
it can
that's what's
and it
up.
can fly for a good solid 30 minutes as long as it's not windy and as long as I'm not by the airport. That's another way I've been able to get some things. Um, but they keep trying to force updates because the FCC's they're trying to gain control over everything.
Of
Like
everything, yeah.
they want you to have a
But
license
that's a
for it
good
now.
way to surveil for sure.
Yeah, from afar, and especially because like if you know your routine as far as where you go, right? It's like, okay, I know where I'm able to stay. Like it's a long strip, right? And there's nothing but apartment complexes. So I can go out at 2 in the morning, and all of a sudden start cars will start coming by. So what I've been doing is I'll fly the drone up, go up and down the street, and then I'll leave it, and then I'll go out there. Because I mean, it'll sit there, and if I want, it could follow us too. Like some and I don't know if it was the SHP channel,
Yeah,
but it's
SHP.
like the only way we can beat the system is by the system, because they want us to react with violence, and that's the only reason why they keep winning.
Exactly.
And we are going to have our time to actually use the armor, and protect the people, because we're not attackers, we are protectors. We are protectors from the Most High, and people don't, they just think, oh, like, let's see how we can trigger them. If you're protecting, let's see how we can push your buttons. It's a trip when once you start. If you ever heard someone say, "I'm going to pull a you on you," it's like once you start being a Chad to a Chad or a Karen to a Karen, you know what I mean? Like they don't know how to handle it. They're so used to pissing us off, where it's not now. It's the tables are slowly starting to turn, and that's something that's bothering them. And they have their little meetings and everything else. Like you can tell, and it's like even like you said in a lot of your videos, sometimes they'll go and it'll calm down for a day or two. But then all of a sudden they're coming at you full force again because they were able to strategize. And
Yep.
I'm over this, dude. Oh,
Especially, I mean, especially two smart brothers, I mean, or even three, like whatever. If our numbers grow, like, like as many smart people as we have on here, imagine several of us got together, like imagine what we could get done if we were
and
really
we're going to,
dedicated to
brother.
what we
Oh
wanted to
yeah.
do.
And
You know
the
what I
biggest
mean?
thing
Like,
is they're holding us
dude,
back.
we could do some damage to this system. You know what
We're
I mean?
going to, brother.
And
Not
we're
we
going
can. We're
to, bro.
going
Yeah, that's what I'm
to.
saying.
Right? We manifest what we speak on.
Right, that's what
Hey,
I'm saying, bro. Yeah.
would you put stuff on your windows when you're crashing at night?
Do I put stuff on my windows?
Yeah, so like they can't to try to like shield yourself.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, like I cover my windows, but to shield, I haven't really found anything that I can use that or like I found stuff, but I haven't been able to invest in it to like actually put it up. But oh, what was that? Is that the
So it's like a it's a bubble,
like the
it's a
sun
bubble
visor
wrap.
things?
Right. Well, it's so these are when you there's deliveries where they drop off like produce and shit like that, like, and they put them in these
Oh,
bags
right.
to keep it
Yeah.
cold.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
But it has this foil lining to it that it's supposed to
Yeah, it's a
protect a
little
lot of the stuff
different.
that goes into it. Now, it's one thing that I was using it in the Jiffy Flesh that broke down. Just again, trying anything. You know what I mean? And that's something that has worked. I also saw on Wish, the app, they have these umbrellas that are squared or rectangle rather. So you put it right on your windshield, and it's only like I think like $4 or $5. Um, but I'm sure the shipping's probably like another $4 or $5. You know what I mean? Like, but
Yeah.
$10, and you literally push a button, and it's boom, it's covering your whole
Well,
windshield.
well, there's some stuff that I've been really wanting to try, and I want to cover all my windows with it, but it's called RF film. So you can peel off. It's like kind of like a sticker. You know how a sticker is stuck to a piece of plastic, and when you peel it off, then it's sticky.
Right,
Well, this stuff is it's like clear film or there's tinted film, and they use this at businesses or certain businesses that have like stuff that they want people hacking or like certain frequencies or radiation to get into the building. So they
right,
put these tinted on their windows. These certain it's clear or there's a tint a version of it, and they block like a bunch of stuff. It shows I have it right here. Let me see. I'll show you right now. But I want to get a big sheet of this, and it's not that expensive either. So
okay.
you can cover like your windows and everything, and
So it's not a tint, but it's like it's kind of like a
yeah, it's like a film. It's like window tint, pretty much. But
oh, so it is dark.
there's yeah, there's a
Okay,
dark one. It's kind of like silverish, kind of, which I don't know if that one would be a good choice. But then there's a clear one too that you could just see right through it, and nobody would really even know.
right. See, and that's important, man. Like, and you're shielding your or
And it's
grounding
by Safe
your ride,
Living
no?
Technologies right here. I just pulled it up right now.
Hey, bro, have you ever watched Marfugel TV or the YouTube channel?
Um, Mark Fugel.
Yeah, Marfugel, Marfoogle. Um, Safe Living. Okay. Shit. And is it a roll or is it just a sheet or?
Yeah, it's just a film. Like
Okay.
it's see through, but you can peel it and you can buy bigger pieces and you could literally put this on your whole freaking front window, your side windows. You can put this in your house. This is really made for like business windows and like your house if you wanted to put this on your windows to like block
Right.
all this crap right here.
From coming in. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
Uh,
so
if you can, I mean, if you feel comfortable telling me on this, if not, shoot me a text as far as where you got it, because
yeah, I mean that's
I'm.
the business right there. All you got to do is
Oh,
type in Safe
just go
Living
straight to that.
Technologies.
Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, so they'll send you free samples too, so you can test this
Oh, that's
if
what's
you
up.
had
Okay.
the proper equipment to test it. But
Right.
I have that. That's one, and there's a lot of businesses that have different types of stuff like that. So
Right.
I put all my shielding out there. Like I don't care about hiding it because if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But like they literally test this stuff. So like yeah, certain energies are gonna get through. Like I don't know if it blocks like EMF, you know what I mean? Like but
Right.
it blocks radio frequency shielding 99.98%. So I
That's
mean radio signals are gonna be
yeah.
blocked.
So how?
Visible light
Right.
transmission block 72%. ultraviolet light block 99%, total solar energy rejected 55%. So I mean, you're gonna interfere with something, you know what I mean,
Right.
by
Right.
putting stuff
It's not
up.
100 proof, but it's enough to get
Yeah,
us
you
on
you
that
wanna
road.
you wanna be able to put something between you and all the bullshit that's out there. And if you can add on to it, you can put like what else I ordered as well is some soundproof padding. And I wanted to make like a kind of like a cardboard box that I sleep in, like over just my head area,
Uh
because I
huh.
know they focus a lot of frequency and acoustic weapons. So
Right. Right.
there's uh there's this foam right here I have,
It's
and
almost
you know it's just yeah, it's
like
just
when you get a
it's just
system,
for
right?
the
And you line
studio,
the inside of your ride with it.
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, I put it inside, like, I can lay on this, like a
Okay.
pillow or whatever, but I want to make like a box shape. So, like, four of these
So it's
shaped like a
protecting
box
you,
that's
right? Yeah.
covering your whole head. Yeah. So you can make like there's so much freaking ideas, bro. Like, it's just and it's like endless. But
And that's what we
I mean,
need,
they've
though.
gotten past most of the stuff, but I have to move to other things. Like I have to move and think of new ideas, and like I can add on to the foam, like different things that I can think of. I can add more foam, like to make it even more harder to get through. You know what I mean? I got like soundproof rubber that I have in the back seat. Like there's a whole bunch of different things that I've tested and want to try still, just to like bring some relief when you sleep, because the most time what I've learned is when you're asleep is when they condition you for the next day to continue to get targeted. Like they're
Right.
they're modifying your body to work a certain way. So if you block them out, if you're able to block them at night, you're pretty much gonna fucking diminish the gang stalking, because honestly, like they have to continuously keep doing this for me. And if they don't, if they somehow fall off or I block them somehow, the targeting and like everything is pretty much like I don't even see it. It's like if it's not even there. And so
Right.
like they'll get mad, they'll get frustrated, and they'll be like, "Yo, like we need to throw him. Like he needs to be stressed
They'll
out.
try to
He needs
find a
to be
way.
like,
Yeah.
yeah." And like so they'll come right away when they see that I'm not like that. I don't give a shit. I'm nonchalant, and I'm just like, "Yo, you fools ain't even on like point right now. Like I don't know what the hell you're doing. Like." But
Right.
like
Get
they're
on our
just
level now.
scattered everywhere, randomly passing by. It's like they're not even in linked with me. Like I'm just like, this is how I like it. This is normal to me. That I like it this way. And then once they see that I'm happy, they want to come and try to like scan me and get into my head and shit.
Or stir shit up. Yeah. Hey, so since I haven't had a ride to go and drive, right? So I've been using this cruiser, and
Oh,
one
it's an
thing I
electric
noticed,
bike.
yeah, it's electric, and it's one of the things that I was able to get. I mean, not get, but like that's of my brother's. So it's like I'll never trade it. I don't care for a newer one; it doesn't matter because my brother rode it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah, that's what's
I
up,
put
bro.
I put I put this in the back, right? So I put it in the back right here, and I just I'll blast it. I'll either listen to reggae, I'll listen to like BB King and blues, um, I'll listen to some underground stuff, like, but just keep it going because I know that's another thing when they're trying to drive by. Um, it's the sound, right? Because they're trying to hit us with acoustic. Well, when you counter them with acoustic as well, I mean, it's a JBL speaker, like, but imagine having like some real good stuff like in your ride. Like that's something I got to do on the Jeep coming up because um you put in some of that hard knocking bass, like that's going to throw off a lot of their signals.
Oh, for sure, bro. For
So, but
sure. Like
again, that's all money.
yeah, they've
Yeah.
tried to like mess with my speaker because they don't like me interrupting whatever they have. So like they'll bring loud exhausts or like music or whatever to like try to throw you off. But if the music's blaring, it interferes with their stuff.
Their readings, yeah.
So
Yeah.
especially depending on what kind of song it is, like
If
there's
it's
certain songs
uplifting,
that I've
if you're
played
raising
where
your
it
vibration, yeah.
annoys them.
Yeah.
And like especially if you vibe out to it a lot, like if it's one of your favorite songs that like moves you, or like you're just like you really like it and you vibe out to it, they're like, oh, like they don't want to be around you. It's like they're just like I don't know, they get ghost. And I'm just
Right.
like, bro, like what's up with that? You know, like so I'll keep playing it and make them go crazy.
Yeah, even if I'm walking the street and I know that they're coming by, like I always if I'm not riding the bike and I'm not driving, like I have headphones on and I'm listening to music, so that way I know when they come or trying to drive by, I'm able to like I start singing in my head, you know, like raising my vibration to where I know I can definitely feel it, like even in my head. So when they drive by, all of a sudden they start slowing down. It's like, what are you trying to drop somebody off? Like, what's wrong? You know, it gets them upset, you know, and I mean, it's any little minute thing that we can do to really, you know, kind of smooth out the wrinkles that we have to go through is going to be beneficial, you know, and that's why I want this damn Jeep to get fixed already, because I got a lot of intel, brother, and a lot of things that are going to help a lot of people, especially that aren't. I mean, again, I'm no tech pro, but like I did IT work for 7 years for a telehealth company that I did the help desk stuff. So I know enough. Like I can't code, I can't do all that, but I know enough to do some digging, and that's how I was able to prove that the FBI is on my laptop and my tablet. So it's like, I mean, I guess I could be an asshole and put the address to the FBI agent who sold it to me, right? And his name and his picture and Facebook profile. I mean, hey, if they're gonna
Yeah,
stalk
I mean,
us,
shoot.
I mean, it's
I
free
mean, I would.
information,
I
right?
know I would. I'd
I
put these
mean,
fuckers on blast because I know that they don't give a shit about us and they don't give a shit about the things that are happening to us. So I'm just like, you know what?
right, right.
If
And
they don't play
this
fair,
dude,
so there's not
no,
really no
no, and this
taboo
dude
for
pulled off
us.
as a church person too. That's another thing that upset me. It's like, man, it's unbelievable, man.
Yeah,
All
man,
these
it's the Wild
the
West out
false
here, man.
prophecy. Yeah, Western culture is different, man. But you know what? We'll be home one day, brother. We will be home one day. We just
The
gotta,
motherland.
unfortunately, just ride out the wave and people say just relax and go with the wave. I said, hell no. I was like, man, you know where
I'm
I'm
gonna
from
make
in
my own
Central
wave.
California. I was like, where's tri-tip come from? Central California. And you know how you get good tri-tip? You go against the grain. That's why we don't fall in place.
Exactly, bro.
Anyway, all right, brother. Hey, man, I appreciate it again. I gotta take this little. He's like all on. He's like, come on, I
Yo, I
gotta
used
take
to have a dog almost exactly like that, bro. Like it was a girl though. Her name was Chula,
Chula.
and yeah, she had green eyes, and
Oh shit.
it was a pit. I raised her since she was a pup. Like I fed her with a little bottle and everything.
Uh huh.
But my dad, like I guess he had lost his pad, and so he was looking after her, and I was with one of my ex girls, and like I kind of chose her over my dog because I could have went back for her and like made sure like she stood with me, but like my ex ended up leaving down the line, and then like I tried like kind of looking for my dog, and I was like, yo, like I abandoned her. I mean,
Right.
like I chose this chick, and like my dog was more loyal than her, and I was just
Yeah.
like, man, I should have been there for my dog, bro. Like I
Hey,
felt bad
lesson
about
learned,
it. I
bro.
think I was like I was kind of hurt about it for a little while, and I
Oh
was just
shit.
like, man, like it's all good. I hopefully she's in a good place, and like and that's all I could pretty much like, not dwell on it.
Yeah, yeah. It's just what you can't we can't fix the past, but you know what? At least you can look forward to something in the future. You know what I mean? Because
Yep.
and
Don't make the same
honestly, I've
mistakes.
never thought about getting a dog again. Like I had a 180-pound Rottweiler years ago when my oldest was born, and unfortunately I had to get rid of him because he actually started trying to snip at me and his mom when trying to pick up my son. So I was like, dude, you can't do that. Like, he's
Yeah,
being
for sure.
protected, but it's like, dude, like I'm his father, like, but you know what? It's worth it, bro. Especially because you know what? A lot of us, I mean, what are we doing? Like we're able to socialize and communicate, through online. But then what? Because like once we hang up, then what? And then it's like we're back to ourselves. And honestly, this dog is he's saved me from a lot of insanity already. And I mean, he's a pain in the ass because he's hard of hearing because he's deaf, but it's worth it, bro. I mean, if you're able to, it's
Yeah, we'll work
because
something out, bro. We'll see what happens. I'm down to For sure to
Oh
get something started, cause I ain't
yeah.
gonna keep doing the same shit forever, bro. You know, like
No, we
I
can't.
gotta
We
fucking
gotta break those routines.
I
No,
gotta get the
absolutely.
ball rolling.
No,
But yeah, man,
believe
I
me, I feel
appreciate
you.
you coming on and everything, bro. Like, and I'll probably end this in a little prayer real quick.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro, for sure.
All right, for sure. Dear Heavenly Father, I come before you, Yahuwah, and I ask you just to keep on protecting us and showing us the path, showing us the right way, uh, the people that you want in our lives and the people that you don't want in our lives. I just want you to show us who is true to you and who wants the best for us. So continue to work on us, give us a spiritual sight, spiritual gifts that we need to be able to discern what is upcoming that we need to face. And we ask you in the name of Yeshua. Amen.
Amen. Amen. Amen. Beans, rice, and Jesus Christ, brother. That's all we need.
All right, man. All right,
All right,
man. You
brother.
have a
Hey,
blessed night, brother.
yeah, you as well, man. You as well. And then, yeah, I'm looking forward to meeting up with you, bro. Because, whoo, we're gonna be motivation for each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Hey,
Because
well,
hey,
you know, we'll make it happen, man.
all it takes is one person at a Dodgers game, right? So let's get it to start the wave. You know, like everyone's looking at us and they're laughing, but we'll see who's laughing at the end.
Right.
All right, brother. Have a blessed night, man. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, man. Peace.
All right, brother. All right, bye.